like a high amount of good feedback.
All right, cool, man. Just checking. I really appreciate you having me on.
Of course. I so rarely do that podcast with Drew, so he asked, he's like, who do you think would be good for that type of show? I was like, oh, I have a pretty good idea. And it was right around the time of Hummingbird. So
Right. It was perfect.
Oh, June. Craig's people got your number.
Okay,
I also said to hit up Jenny to schedule it. So if they give you a call,
what's up?
Appreciate
Craig
it.
Ferguson, baby.
Thank you, bro.
he's a real nice guy, man.
He should be thanking me.
That's a good way of
This
looking
ain't
at it.
bad.
What's that? Yeah, right. And it's not like fucking poison either.
No, it's not bad at all. This chick I fuck with really likes this.
Right. I find the instant one actually fucking kicks in even more. But I get used to I think I take too much of it. I'm too regular with the other one. I just take 2 every morning, so.
So I got this crazy shit.
I take 3 before bed.
So what,
Alpha Brain?
Mm-hmm.
So you can wake up like
fuck
refreshed?
I feel like, well, it's the build-up type. The instant one is for like right before the gym, but the pills, it's a cumulative like build-up thing, and it also, man, it gives me crazy dreams,
Right.
like deep sleep dreams.
Dude, I've been doing this one shit that's like drugs, but it gives me dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have.
It's
You can just leave it there.
it's Japanese Xanax mixed with a nootropic,
Nice.
and I had this. My dreams. Like, I had a dream that I was at the goddamn Superdome, and it was like a packed
Pontiac?
crowd. No, in Louisiana.
Okay.
It was like a packed crowd to watch this woman give birth on 666. Like,
Ooh, wow.
it was
I would
like,
go to that.
it was surreal as fuck, dude. Like, that was like, and I just remember, I was like, remember this dream. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, every dream has been like that.
That sounds like hard
pretty
rock
intense.
Ellis Mania.
Do your kids ever wake up and tell you about the dreams they had, and they're legitimately fucking scary?
No.
The other day, my daughter comes running into our bedroom,
Yeah.
screaming. She's like, I had a terrible dream, Papa. I was like, oh, what's wrong? She's like, I was asleep, and the closet door opened, and a big red hand just came out and grabbed me. I was like, whoa, wait a second.
Right.
You're like, whoa, okay. All right.
Well, I mean, I've had my son will say that he has nightmares. I think my daughter might have when she was younger. It's all I'm good for is like, how scary are they?
I got the opposite. My daughter will
how
tell me
scary
the
is the
worst
monster?
dreams. I'm just like, this is such a shitty
boring,
dream.
I always threaten the I'm like, do you think that the monster could kill me?
No way.
Because it can't.
Yeah.
So I would kill. And I'm in the other room. So just call me.
One of these days, they're just gonna be like, yes, and then
What's that?
one of these days, they're just gonna answer yes, and it's gonna get really dark in the room.
Yeah, well, it's not right now, especially when last time they saw me was at Saxon's and I fucking choked Eddie out and blew his knee out all at the same time.
Like a very scary looking man.
You got Eddie?
Whoa! Poor Eddie.
Radio. Jason Ellis Show. Jason Ellis. That really pitched. Michael Tully. Andrew Bruce. I'm an idiot. Kevin Bragg. Who would have thought eating a bowl of gum would pay off? Mike Catherwood. There's a gun in my head, Jason. I had to fuck. And Will Pendarvis. Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis. Awesome blowing up. This is the Jason Ellis Show. Don't think. Feel.
King of the breasts. Saw some big ones the other day. Shout out to Big Titties.
Yeah.
Were they
Big,
real or?
yes, real. Yeah. Real, biggest boobs I've ever held, and the realest boobs I've ever held.
Were they
and
nice?
it was great. It was great. It was great. She said, "You look like you're having the greatest time of your life," and I was like, The face does not lie.
What'd you do with all those titties?
That's as much as I want to get into. I think I'm gross. I noticed. Tully won't correct me because he's, you know what I mean, nice, but I think I'm offensive when I used to talk about how much my dick weighed and I was lying. I think that was cute, but then put it in the. Shut up, dude. You're fucking disgusting. So I try to edit that bit out. But yeah, pornographic videos. That's what I become when I start talking about the whole. Maybe another show, Jude.
When there's a young woman I see with big breasts, and I do have fun with. But like,
oh, you're seeing her? Okay.
There's there's only so many things I know what to do with them. It's usually I'm just kind of like.
I found myself a little.
It's almost like I'm doing juggling when I'm going back and forth.
I found myself not sure what to do with them. A little bit. Like, I knew I was doing stuff with them, but I did find myself a few times full of. I was like, wait.
That was what I mean. It's just you just got way. There's just like you're grabbing, and there's just so much more to grab.
But I don't want to always grab them and make her think that that's all I'm about. You know.
It's like.
But it's pretty hard to not touch because they were everywhere. You were touching them even when you weren't touching them.
And if they're offered up, it's not like you're walking by her in the park.
I know, but you just don't want. Wait, Jude has to go?
Do I?
How do you know that? Fuck John.
Ain't that a bitch?
Did he make that up all by himself, or did somebody write that for him?
Ooh. Solid.
All good talking.
Oh, fuck, seriously. I
All
guess
right,
we'll
Michael.
talk about big tits.
We'll always have gigantic tits, Jude.
We'll always have that together. The weight.
What about if we do big tit talk? Don't worry about it.
BTT.
I feel like you were just about to fire up.
But
That bit
I was,
me
I was thinking like when they ride and you just zone out and look at the motion.
Yes.
It's like watching the waves roll in.
It is
You're
like
whoa,
watching
this is fucking awesome.
Wow.
And you can
It
never
is
really
like-
tell. Some of them are just the right size and weight in proportion to get this great rhythm.
Yes.
Better than other ones.
Yeah.
And it does not always like
It's not about size per se.
you do need the
Proportion.
size to get that, but
Yeah.
when every now and again you'll see a girl even on film,
Yeah.
just has that nice like it's kind of like egg shaped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the downside to fake breasts is you don't often get a good rhythm out of the fakies.
No, they get a bit of a rubber band fling to them. Yes.
That's I think
look like
that's
they're
one of my
hyperextending.
knocks on. That's one of my knocks on them is because you don't. There's something that is false about it that you don't get the true motion of it.
Yeah, real breasts do like waves like the ocean, whereas fake tits is almost like a car with hydraulics.
Yep.
It's like pancake bed.
Stiff suspension.
Yeah, like you should have lowrider music playing
stiff.
behind it. All right, let me get the fuck out of here.
Jude's got to go interview some feminist authors now.
So yeah, makes sense.
Mike, I hate it when you're here on Thursdays
Why?
because
Yeah,
it
why?
feels like Fridays.
Oh, sorry. I was lucky enough to be asked to do some TV stuff tomorrow, so I
Ooh, I've got hair. I'm on TV.
that's my entire IMDb.
Sorry, that's just what that's all I heard. What TV you do?
Access Hollywood.
Ooh,
Yeah.
super fancy. I've got hair. Look at me. I'm on
It's
TV.
very much.
What's the
Hey.
juicy scoop this week?
Yeah.
Do you need to like brush up to hit the ground running with that shit, or you just read whatever garbage they put in front of you?
No. They send you a bunch of stuff over. They're really trying hard to separate themselves from we're just reading from a teleprompter. So they send you stories and they encourage you to go, speak extemporaneously about said topics. But it's all nonsense, which is fine with me because they own it. They know that they're not.
Yeah.
The Situation Room.
What's the hot nonsense?
The dresses
Which
at
is
the
a
Met
podcast I
Ball.
would like to start, by the way.
Dresses at the Met Ball.
Oh yeah.
With Mother's Day coming up, who's the best TV mom? That kind of, very.
I saw the Met Ball. I thought it was spectacular. I'm joking. I did see it though. I thought that Rihanna looked stupid.
Yeah.
I thought that Madonna looked good.
Okay.
I think that all old people should wear fishnets over their face to hide the wrinkles because you couldn't see any. She looked like old Madonna. I think it's brilliant what she did there.
Well, I think it's just sort of an old Italian lady thing that she's bringing back.
It also suited her because she's now an old Italian lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the theme was something Catholic.
Right.
Seemed odd.
No, she's halfway to becoming.
But that's high fashion, is what that is.
Yeah, she's halfway to becoming Stregonona.
Who's Stregonona? Because
there's a children's book about a lady that has a magic pot that makes, it's like the most Italian fairy tale of all time. That she has a pot that makes like unlimited pasta, but she's the only one who can be trusted with it until like the hungry guy in town gets in there and just starts fires it up and doesn't know how to stop it, and then there's just fucking pasta everywhere.
Nona is grandma, so I think that is like grandma's.
Strega's probably
not yet.
She's not some kind of pasta.
I think she looks very attractive. I think she was the most attractive person on the staircase. Sorry, I'm just getting ready for her.
Aiza Gonzalez, I think, was the hot.
Who's Aiza Gonzalez? Show me Aiza Gonzalez.
She may be the hottest chick. Period.
That chick?
No. EIZ.
Andrew.
Did you see Baby Driver?
Yeah.
The Hispanic chick. John Hamm's. That may be the hottest, for me, the hottest chick out right now.
For me, the hottest chick out, he says. Yeah. I see what you're pretty basic, but I see what you're doing there. That's okay. Yeah.
I understand. There's no accounting for
taste. She's super hot.
Of course
she's gorgeous.
You take like pretty, like the kind of model pretty, and mix it with Hispanic, and I'm sold.
That's your thing.
Yeah, I'm not too.
You love a bit of a foreign vibe.
Yeah, I would never get tired of destroying her.
Yeah, you'd be. But anyway,
isn't it funny how often we don't end up married to the person who is like the ideal type?
I did that on purpose.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting play.
My wife's real close. She has big ass and like exotic eyes, brunette.
Yeah.
And not too much in the titty game. It's kind of more my thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't marry. What was like my ideal type is definitely Hispanic.
Oh yeah.
And I think I went away from that because I didn't want my boner to pick my bride. I wanted to allow myself to really make sure I was marrying someone for the right reasons.
Oh.
Had to be a joint agreement on the part of your dick and your brain?
My brain and my dick had to come together, in a war room.
It's going to be weird to know that your type is just one thing for sure.
It's I'm not. I don't really discriminate. I mean, I certainly... But
obviously.
What is not my type is more like the blonde... the classical American buxom blonde.
Yeah.
That's just... I know that that's not my type. Asian, Hispanic, black is definitely more preferred for me.
Okay. You're not a Jessica Simpson fucker.
No. I mean, I would gladly.
In her prime one.
I'd gladly do that, but I'd walk over broken glass to have sex with that Aiza Gonzalez.
Right. Well, maybe one day you and your wife can have sex with her. We can only hope.
Oh, yes. A little chloroform.
Just for your wife? Just so you drag her there or something?
No, just for if my wife and I catch her out in the wild.
You guys drug her?
Sure.
That's cool.
Big trunk.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Teamwork. That's sexy.
It seems less threatening when your wife is complicit,
right? I'm sure it would. Nah. I'm sure it would dock down my sentence a little.
Really? I don't think so. Yeah.
You don't think?
No.
Nope.
You'd be in trouble. Big trouble.
Right.
Do you think my wife would get as long of a sentence as I would?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, because they'd be convinced that
You did it.
Yeah.
What about if you just stole her and had sex next to her and then put her back? She just
had to watch?
A nap. No, she didn't know. She was asleep.
Like Cosby style? Like she just woke up and didn't know what happened?
Yeah.
What about this? I'm a handsome man on Access Hollywood, and my wife is a beautiful woman, frequently featured on network television. Why don't you have sex with us because you want to?
Yeah.
What happened to...
That could happen.
She
could be...
romantic.
She's probably not because she seems super uppity and hot right now, so...
Yeah.
But it also... She could be... I mean, that sounds tempting.
Wait till she's making Baby Driver 3 direct to DVD, and maybe...
Oh,
maybe
she's
there on the downswing.
Yeah.
She's getting up in the cut on that one.
If I was single, I feel like I would consider like who are the women that I found really, really attractive in my youth that are like not currently married, and I would just be like, "There's got to be one of them who I could date now."
I thought about that with Tara Patrick came into Loveline, maybe 5 years ago, and I was thinking about how she is not the Tara Patrick that I beat off to 400,000 times, but she
is still really, really, really gorgeous,
really hot, and I wonder how strange it would be to follow through with having sex with the girl that I beat off to. Honestly, so much I can't even calculate. What would that do to my? What would that do to me psychologically? And when I play back in my brain all the beat off sessions. as I actually had sex with said woman.
Wow, you just managed to not grow up at all your whole life. That's awesome.
Well, I don't.
Sorry, I just felt like your wife right now.
He sounded like her.
Still, I just feel like that was such a childish comment.
Well,
You're like, really? You're gonna think about all the times you jerked off to her if you fucked her?
I'm sure it would have to go. Something.
Did
would
you
go
jerk
down.
off to a lot of different porn stars? Like,
I did, but mostly
but
Tara
yeah.
Patrick.
So you had a couple and you just went to them all the time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, this was back in the DVD time.
So
this
what?
was a different era.
It
There
was
were
DVD
there were a
times.
lot fewer girls.
Yeah.
Well, for me,
But you wouldn't. Did you ever jerk off to some random porn stars?
Yeah, but again,
Okay.
this was in a time when, at my disposal, I only had maybe 4 movies.
Okay, I just think.
And so I went through all those movies, and I found my favorite scenes, most of which had Tara Patrick, and then I just kind of pressed repeat.
Okay.
porn used to be a lot like hip hop, where you get into somebody and then they kind of like develop their proteges, because you'd buy a VHS tape and you'd want a sure thing. So you would buy a movie starring your favorite one, knowing that she'd be half the scenes and the other half would be other people. At least you had money in the bank. So you did.
Analogy.
Thank you. So you did, and maybe and hopefully you liked the other girls. You look at the back and try to figure out what the other girls looked like, but at least you knew that that half the movie you could just jerk off to Tara Patrick over and over again. Yeah, she tweeted one time that that had nice feet, and it was a very surreal thing.
Yeah.
Not that she was ever like my number one go-to. That's probably more of like an Asia Carrera kind of guy.
Oh, look at you.
But yeah, she was a titan of the industry.
Yeah.
She seemed unapproachable.
She certainly got, out of all the adult stars in that era, became the most kind of next level.
Well, and it was different too then because of the whole there was no internet. Like Vivid made stars. Those girls were they don't make stars like they used to, Jason.
The studio days.
In porn, it's seriously, that was the golden studio days of porn. They don't make stars like that anymore. There's just so fucking many of them.
They're better at it now.
At sex? Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah. And better at looking hot.
Yep.
There's just so many really attractive porn stars.
Which is weird because it seems like there's nowhere near as much money in it.
I know. It's wild to think that you could be an absolute, like that girl that we saw at that comedy show the other night, Mike, just like a flaming 10 out of 10 could show up and people would be like, yeah, sure, of course, you can work. Yeah, no doubt. We're happy to have you. But there's no guarantee you become a household name or anything.
Right. I also think you gotta really be down for the cause. You can't just have straight sex nowadays, even if you're a super hot chick.
I don't know about that. I feel like there's so much crazy sex that straight sex, if you're really cute, could be a total career.
Well, I guess if you're a cam girl, I think they make a lot of money doing that, right?
Oh, that I forgot about that. I feel like that is probably what you would do actually. Because then you wouldn't even have to have sex with anybody else. You could have sex with yourself and make tons and tons of money. I think that's what most of the cute. It's sort of a little bit of a sneaky thing where normal, they walk around in Beverly Hills, uppity lady who has a secret account where she like puts things in her box on video like 5 days a week and makes like like 80 grand a month kind of thing.
Ah, that'd be nice.
I think there's a lot of them out there. I knew
could do
one.
it, Mike.
I don't know if you can make that kind of money as a
think,
dude.
Yeah, just because the dudes want to watch it, but the dudes are going to watch it for free.
Right.
There's
We're just not.
There's no gay cams?
I mean, there is gay cams, but like I said, I just feel like it's super easy for me to get anybody to send me a video of them jerking off if they're gay.
Right.
You can't get random girls you meet at the bar to send you a video of them putting things in their vagina.
If you're a guy who can't have sex with super attractive women, and you know that there's a super attractive woman on a camera masturbating for you and will say your name and stuff, that you'll pay a lot of money. I don't think a gay male, even if he finds the guy on the other end of the camera really attractive, is gonna. Why would he pay a lot of money?
Andrew, are we being proven wrong? Is this like straight up gay cams where they're getting paid?
It looks like there's like straight male cams as well as gay male cams. I can't imagine the straight male cams.
Yeah, but the straight male cam is for gay people.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Andrew?
Anytime a guy is shown his dick for money, it's for gay
It's
people.
the only reason. That's how everybody gay wants to bone me. I'm not hot. They just think I'm straight. They're like, he looks so straight. That's so hot. I don't know. I don't know what you know, I don't know why that works for a gay guy. I can't tell you. I don't understand it.
Because it's like the forbidden. It's
I
the
know,
same-
but it's
yeah.
so weird because it's like, let's see that girl over there. She's super into girls and not into guys. I don't go, ooh, yeah.
I got a
I'm like,
turner.
I'm like, oh man, she's not into me.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of guys who maybe have a less realistic take on how straight and gay works, who when they see a lipstick lesbian, that adds some incentive.
I mean, I'm looking at these things here and like, straight my ass.
So do you think the guys that are doing this? So we clicked on like male.
These guys are doing the exact same thing that I was referring to when I was talking about the really pretty ladies that do it as well.
Are they naive enough to think that girls are watching, or do they realize like it's
They know for sure it's for guys.
What do they care as long
And
as
that
their
mean-
Venmo gets money?
And they're doing privates, which means they're gonna see a guy on the other screen jerking off at him. So I don't know. I don't.
How much money does Andrew make if he goes on there every day and is like, I've never done this before.
He could. Andrew. I think Andrew could make like.
I just am a little short on rent money.
You got to put like a normal sized person next to you though for scale, so that they know you're 11 feet tall.
Kevin's just sitting next to me in a chair.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's
Wow.
just rubbing
Kevin's
his,
super
rubbing his
bummed out you put
crotch
him in
through his
there.
pants.
Look at me stand over this dwarf man.
Dude, you get on there just all broed out, like crush a beer can on your
Yeah.
phone,
Oh
jerk
yeah.
off,
Yeah.
Oh.
Do like a frat dance or something.
This curse makes me so hard.
Yeah.
come in a beer pong cup.
Watch me do a wad. I'm gonna do some overhead cleans.
Man.
Like college basketball
I just
on in
realized
the background.
these accounts. I bet you could like bribe people on here.
Watch me play beer pong with my dick.
You know, when you find out who they are,
Mm-hmm.
and you can like hit them up and be like, "Hey, man, I'll tell everybody that you're a gay cam guy if you don't." I mean, I would never.
Yeah, but it's not like these guys are the attorney general. They're all like they're fucking baristas, you know.
Okay, but what about if they're soldiers? Because I knew a guy that
That's
was a
a-
soldier who was a gay porn star who had like 2 accounts.
Are you
and I'm
gonna-
like, dude, you realize that's not going to work out? It's,
Are you gonna sleep at night knowing you extorted an American soldier?
No, but another soldier would rat him out
Oh,
if they
that's
knew.
fucked up.
That's what he was telling me anyway.
I would never, ever, I would be so concerned, even though I'm not aware of it ever having happened, if to do like a private thing with a girl where she had video of me too.
Yeah, I agree.
I would never do that.
I agree.
Again.
I was going to say. Anyway.
Even though I doubt it would have any effect on. No, that's probably not true.
I've never heard of anybody who's been blackmailed by a girl doing that sort of thing, or a guy. And I feel like that's the sort of news that gets passed along to us
You
here.
know, right?
I guess Kevin Hart was the first time.
That's
Yeah.
so. That's a celebrity. That's a completely different
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, that's true.
I'm just talking
There
about.
have been, though, like women that are in the military or have like an educator or are a teacher that get found out about their secret second life and they get in trouble.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about I go on right now and I find
Yeah.
my favorite cam girl and then I do a private with her and she's seeing video of me. I'm concerned that she might blackmail me with a video of me.
Oh,
having hired her.
okay.
That's what I'm concerned about.
Okay. Yeah, there must be some kind of thing with the website where they can.
You know, if I start
Help you out with that.
actually camming myself, I'm aware that I'm playing with fire.
Well, what about if you're cam and you're allowed to be camming and the news is out that you're a cam girl and
Yeah.
then you can
Yeah.
fuck with other people.
That's
They can't
totally
fuck
di-
with you.
That's totally different.
Yeah, I mean,
My wife
Katie,
is well aware of my passion for camming.
Katie used to do it and said that there's tons of dudes that just want to do privates jerking off all day. You could get their info. Fuck, they give her their info if she asks for it. I just realized.
A certain amount, yeah.
Well, I just
For
realized this.
payment.
Man, you'd have to. It's a dangerous game. I just realized.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just never did the. I went on there because my chick was on there, and I was like, "Whoa, all these people are doing all kinds of crazy stuff." And then the novelty. I never really.
I didn't get it.
I can't do any of them. Right? Watch like I'll if you. Hey, Jason, look at this. I'll look at it, but to go back and type it in again, it's just I'm like, where did the time go?
I love
for
to
me to do that.
I love to watch porn and beat off. I love it. I just can't
You do,
imagine
huh?
her really doing
Yeah.
the whole cam girl.
I've never once jerked off to a cam girl ever.
Me too.
I think it's the audio that throws me off. I think if they could wear those little mic, the problem is they're naked. If they could clip a mic somewhere,
Right.
because you always hear the room noise, and it
You'd
kind
be
of throws me
surprised
off.
sometimes.
Or they need a better boom mic.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have really good mics and stuff though. Sometimes it's because they have better equipment than others.
Has anyone ever graduated to the clip
What?
lapel mic?
Well, I accidentally stumbled upon some straight porn that is clearly geared towards chicks. Like I clicked on the thumbnail on the website and was like, oh, that chick looks hot. And then it had the tag of the website on the bottom when I started playing the video, and it was something like "hot guys only" or some shit.
Yeah.
And most of the video was just zoomed in on the dude's like sweaty, grunting, pumping face while he's banging a hot chick.
Interesting.
So I'm guessing that's like straight porn, just geared towards women, or maybe
Sweaty, grunting, pumping.
Well, there's a lot of
There's girls watch gay porn a lot. They've always done that.
Yeah.
That was always baffling to me. But there's more than one girl out there that has a gay porn collection of dudes. I'm talking about.
I would venture a guess that from the collection of gay porn that I have seen, the guys are probably better looking than straight male porn stars.
Yeah, for sure. On average, for sure.
Yeah, and they're all jacked.
Yeah, body wise is always that, but it's also if you're gay, you're more worried about the way you look.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're girlier. Oftentimes, not all the time. So you'll take care of yourself more. So, and porn guys, I mean, for when they're having sex with girls, and more so now than ever, you just need a stunt dick. You don't need the face on the end of it, and it's hard work. And all the girls and all the things they want to do now, and all the videos where you have to do this and that, and fucking put your dick in against other dudes' dicks. You've got to be like, you got to have a serious stunt dick. And you gotta and they're like, okay, we're ready for you to come now, and you're like, oh, okay, so I'll just fuck her for 2 hours, and then you tell me when to come.
That's the most
They've all got to do it
to me is that they really can come on command. It's
I've noticed that it's come on command because it's they'll fuck until it's time to pop, and then they'll jerk off and be like, okay, tell me when you want me to come, because now they're back in the just like the rest of us jerk off to completion. Like, the sex thing was like, I'm doing this until they say cut, and then I'll do my... So it seems like it's two different things, almost.
Yeah, they were almost like whiskey dicking until they can just will
with
themselves to do that. Yeah.
That's just what I...
It was like the
no, yeah, I'm sorry.
The cartoons they used to show before old movies. You know, like there was something to lead you in, and then it was time for the actual prime time, and then you just dove right in.
Well, you see from time to time the guy is clearly having trouble coming after all that.
Yep.
It's almost like he just passed the point of no return, and now he's got to bring it back.
The other thing is some of it, they're cheating. You know, they're taking pills and all this other stuff.
Sacrifices you make.
I think if you do it all the time, maybe you get used to it. I don't know. I'm not born. But I don't think it's as easy for the dude as I would have originally thought.
No, it's tough.
But the thing I will say is easier is you could be hideous, just get your dick to work, and that's okay. I'm surprised how often that happens, because I'm like, I don't know if it's a gay thought or a straight thought, but I'm like, man, that guy's they're always annihilated, and I always point that out.
And so frequently have shitty bodies. I would think if that's a part of your deal,
I don't know if that's
at least ripped. You know,
right.
like if you're ugly.
But it's not. But as I said, I don't think at this point it's like they know the girl knows the porn star to be a guy that is polite, and when it's time to do the thing, he does it, and just so happens he's not that attractive.
Right.
I don't know, but the dick works, so he has a full-on career.
Tough gig.
Maybe. I would not know.
Who are those guys friends with? Do they have friends outside of the industry? I don't know anybody who knows like a full-time porn guy.
I know.
I played basketball with a bunch of them.
There you go.
What are their dicks? What are their cocks like when they post up on you?
They were teammates.
Oh, too bad.
Did they slap your butt?
I don't remember that part.
Yes, you do.
No.
Okay.
One was a really good three-point shooter, though.
Right.
Very impressed.
Did he say dropping threes?
Yes.
Oh.
That was his line.
Yeah, I don't hang out. I guess I don't hang out with them. I don't hang out with anybody all the time. But I've met several male porn stars. So I've met several male porn stars that seem normal, and I've met several male porn stars that seem fucking out of their minds.
Yeah.
Right. But the ones that I have met, like Small Hands or whatever, I know him through a porn connection.
Right.
You don't really meet porn guys unless you're Andrew.
Well, you know what? You might know porn guys that just didn't say, "Hey, by the way, my occupation is porn."
Why wonder.
Because I don't think you want to bring that up. It's not like a lunch, or you know, what I mean, like a golf or football, baseball kind of conversation, is it?
I'm sure I have like friends through
Right,
like, bodybuilding and stuff.
Yeah, they're just not going to tell you that.
I'm sure I do.
Right, because it's not. I get that. Some people are going to treat you different for the rest of your life if you say that. So why would you bring that up? And dudes can be super, like I said, trick dicks. They could have a career and you wouldn't know who they are. They're not all rejoiced like the girls are, you know?
Yeah,
like there's guys in there that just, like, I told you, I met a bunch of them the other day at Nikki and Lee's house. They don't know who, they're nobody. And they just go.
Just blue collar workaday lunch pail stunt dicks.
They knew each other. They were all talking to each other. Like, hey, fucking see you next week at the next gig. And tomorrow, last week was a heavy one. You know, then they're just plowing people all day. I don't know. You know, they seem like more together than a lot of like. I'm not going to say people, but you know, regular jobs that I've been a part of. It, the conversations, like I know people that hold jobs. I know people that have been the CEO of companies, you know, mechanics and shit, run businesses, and they're out of their fucking minds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like flipping out, and selling weed and snorting meth, and these dudes were like driving, so they were sober. You know what I mean? They showed up in a car. And, oh, okay. Well, you know, next week, well, and they all look like they had a brain. They got one had a girlfriend.
I remember
had a life.
I coached Little League for about 3 or 4 years, about 10, 12 years ago. And when I coached, I was really worried about not fitting in because all the other coaches were dads. I was not a father at the time, and all the other coaches were dads in this really posh suburban area of Los Angeles.
Yeah, as a dad in that situation, I would eye you very suspiciously.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I was not a father. I was like tatted out at the time, like super roided out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you would not be coaching my kid's team.
Yeah.
So
flat out.
I was really worried that I was going to be this kind of, you know, outsider and that I would be looked at as like offensive to the other guys.
Yeah.
And I go into the
You
draft.
would be an outsider because I would have gotten a restraining order.
I go into the draft and it was at this other dad's house, and every other guy, I'm telling you, was attorney, doctor, wealthy businessman, you know, really well-to-do guys. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, they're going to be talking stocks and the Dodgers, and I better just keep my mouth shut. And within fucking 2 minutes, they're talking about which mom of a player they want to fuck.
Yeah.
And getting hammered, so hammered that they can't remember getting home the night before. I'm like, what the? Like, what? Oh my God! I had this image.
No wonder they were okay with you being a fucking soccer coach.
I get, you know.
Finally, somebody we can buy roids from.
And I got quickly realized, I was like, all right, you know, all the people I assumed were these crazy, wild, you know, radio friends and comics and stuff. No, they're probably more normal than these guys. Like, they were all animals.
Man,
That's surprising.
right? I mean, I was a soccer ref. Nobody talked about fucking anybody at the soccer game when I
Nobody
was
ever-
there.
No, but
Nobody ever
that's at the
surprises
game.
me
That's
anymore.
at the game. This was at the draft where it was at a dude's house. It was just dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like we were
okay.
separated from wives, kids.
Oh, painful.
Yeah.
I've never been to one of those. I just would never go. That
I
sounds-
make it my business to avoid those sorts
Yeah,
of things.
that sounds absolutely that's like the only way that I would do that is because my kids told me to.
Yeah, I loved
Otherwise,
it.
no one's telling me to do
I
that.
loved it outside of when the parents would get mouthy. That sucked. That really sucked.
Oh, that was the most enjoyable part for me.
I felt like I was stuck in a rock and a hard place. What am I gonna do? Yell back? And then, you know, their kids sitting there watching their coach and their
I just
dad getting in an argument.
yeah. Okay, I guess nobody ever said get that fucking kid off the field and talked about my kid, so that'd be different. But all of them just seem so funny to me. Initially, really surprising. I'm like, wait, is it an argument? Who's arguing? What about this game? Oh my God! Because when I first started, we're talking about. I mean, Tigers game. They were like fucking toddlers.
Yeah, just
And
running
people
around.
were angry. And then when it got a little older in Devon's game and Dad's yelling at a ref or something, I found it very stimulating. I would put my forearm over my mouth and try to hide my laughter of like some dad flipping out on a fucking 10-year-old girls game, like, "Are you kidding me? That is outside!" And then the coach said, you know what I mean, like, and then an argument. And I'm like, man, these dudes are out of their little picnic seats yelling at each other. I thought it was
Randy Marsh,
the most fun. I don't know who Randy Marsh
the
is.
dad on South Park who gets into all the fights.
Okay, yeah. I thought, and these are like, it's Beverly Hills, so it's like super rich people getting their panties twisted over a 10-year-old soccer offside or whether it was or it wasn't. I fucking probably the only time I could ever rationalize how pathetic the human race is. Usually I'd be dragged into it. And then when I was a ref, I was begging for somebody to disagree with me, but nobody did. I was, I mean, like, we joked about the day where I'd be like, offside! Are you fucking kidding me, bro? I'd be like, really? Really? Because now I'm doing double offsides. I don't even know what that means, but it's 5 offsides now. Like,
it's not offsides, bro.
The greatest day of my life would be to just keep fucking some parent over with offside flags. Like, just, I'd be out of the game for the rest of my life. But man, just because I'm like, you can't get angry, but you got the flag, man.
You're in charge.
You can't argue with me. I have to offside.
You got the stripes.
It's over now.
Is that the sort of stuff that you heard, Mike?
Yeah, and
was it complaining about the ump or was it complaining about something you were doing?
both.
Yeah,
a lot of umpire stuff and a lot of like, how are you gonna bat my kid ninth? You know, and
oh wow!
And I know internally, I was like, if I could bat him, fucking never, I would. But
yeah,
and you got to start my kid next game. You know, he's got to pitch next game. I was like, no, he.
And you didn't.
Sure
and
doesn't.
you didn't indulge that.
I try. This is, look. My first year, I was
It
coaching.
can be a freak
I was
on
coaching
purpose.
farm. These are 7-year-olds. So a lot of times I would because winning really wasn't. I just want to make sure the kids had a good time for the half hour that I could keep their attention at practice and stuff.
Right.
So a lot of times I would, but sometimes like there were league rules. For instance, if you showed up late, you couldn't start the game or you couldn't play for a certain amount of innings. And so I did that one time, and this guy was furious that his kid wasn't in the game. I was like, you show up on time.
Yeah.
I mean, I really wish I could do something about it, but my hands are tied here, and he was furious about it. But so that's the only time I could think I really like dug my heels in. But a lot of times I would kowtow. For another big reason was because I didn't have a kid, so I didn't really have anything at stake. I was just a guy who was volunteering my time, you know.
I believe we've talked about this before, but why the fuck did you do that?
I really liked it. I mean, I really just I had the time. At the time, I was only doing morning radio, so I get off work at 10:30 in the morning. I had the free time, and there was availability. They needed coaches. And
how did that come to your attention?
My sister has kids in the neighborhood that I grew up in.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. At least it was a family connection.
Yeah.
All right. I'm still keeping my eye on you.
Yeah. I almost I came very close to physically hurting a woman yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, now we're talking.
All right.
She probably
really close.
She probably had it coming though. Am I right?
I think so.
Right.
I love your guys' take on it, but I really think.
Oh, I'll give you my take.
I was walking with my daughter yesterday in Venice, and we're just going to the grocery store, running our own business, and my daughter's 4, so I'm walking with a very little girl.
It's very intimidating though.
Right. So a lady comes up.
Got doll's eyes.
I already got her on the cycle.
My daughter's jacked out of her mind. Traps go past her ears.
She's arm curling on the way on the sidewalk.
Vibing everybody.
Carrying kettlebell.
Carrying her father.
And this lady comes up on a bike.
Yeah.
Right next to us. And she goes, "This man touches this little girl!" It was like a crazy homeless lady.
Oh.
"He is a child molester!
Oh,
this little girl is in trouble!" Yeah, and I'm like, whoa. So then I yell back. I was like, "Hey, shut up. What are you doing?" You know, kind of trying to argue it. And she keeps going. So I grab my daughter and I start running away from her.
Yeah.
She's on a bike.
She chased you.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
And she's like casually pedaling because I'm on foot carrying a 55-pound or whatever person.
Yeah.
So I can't exactly get away too quickly. So I'm seriously contemplating. I was like, not really because I'm concerned that people are going to take her up on it and come arrest me, but I don't really want my daughter hearing that.
Right.
And I can't tell this lady to shut up enough, and she just keeps screaming. And I came really close to just front kicking her off the bike.
Yeah. Or the stick in the spokes. I always wanted to do that.
Yeah, she'd go flying.
She'd be fucking Ace
She was
Frehley
going all of 4 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I had a homeless guy when I was back in New York, get in my face and start yelling.
front kick.
And I was with a lady friend. The problem is my lady friend found it amusing.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Not my wife. Just,
No, obviously.
just some cam girl.
Yeah. Diamond does it. Hey, easy on the cam girl. I just realized I married one.
It's just funny.
Is it one coming in
just
later,
funny
too?
that I would be
What's
in New York
that?
hanging out with one.
Isn't one coming in later too?
Yeah.
Is there?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I may be tipping my hand a little bit, but segueing from Mike's story, can you guess what this lady is accused of doing?
Playing
Having sex with one of her students.
bad tennis.
Both fair guesses. Poorly assistant managing at TGI Fridays.
She must have stole some shit, yeah?
She blew her college volleyball coach.
She looks really excited. Wait, is one eye... Oh, wait, one eye is leaving her head. Oh, she ate salts or something, because her eyes... She got a shack eye. That's not even a shack eye. That's a split personality.
She shit on Oscar De La Hoya.
It does seem like there are various warring factions inside her brain.
Yeah.
Excuse
She
me.
beat up a child at Kmart.
This woman is
Walmart,
accused of sending a man 65,000 text messages, including
Yeah.
one in which she said she wanted to bathe in his blood.
Oh, man, that's hot. She's still young. I'm into her.
Well, she'll
Bathe in-
probably
wait,
be out
when
of
she
jail
said-
at some point.
Bathe in the blood. Like, am I dead?
Probably.
Oh.
If you fill up a bathtub, I would think, yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, you could cut me in a little bit and I could bleed all over and you could rub it around you and bathe in it. But if I'm dying... Oh. Wait. So these weren't like I love you had come back to me. It was...
No, actually, that's exactly what they were.
Oh, okay.
So this woman met a man on some sort of dating site,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Plenty
went.
of fish.
Ooh.
They went on a grand total of one date.
Yes, no, that was enough for him to read the signs.
Yeah, and enough for her to realize how completely irresistible this man was. Indeed, that her life could not be complete without him.
Yeah.
Has she ever gone cuckoo for anybody else? It's the
I don't-
first guy.
I don't know, right? It does seem like there would be some sort of pattern of this. Not to the best of my knowledge, the police have not said as much. So she started sending messages to the man, as many as 500 per day.
Oy.
And she also started hanging out outside of his house. At one point, the police escorted her off of the victim's property, and that is when she really got angry.
Yeah.
That's when they went from "I need you, I love you, I can't live without you" to "I want to bathe in your blood."
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Don't ever try to leave me. I'll kill you.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a murderer.
Yep, I heard
She
that.
allegedly compared herself to Adolf Hitler, who she called a genius.
Okay, I didn't hear that. Oh, no, I did hear that. Didn't hear the first bit, I heard the second part. New book coming soon, fans.
The man called the police last month after surveillance footage from his home showed her taking a bath in his tub while he was away.
Oh, man.
I mean, I've got kids, so it's not sexy, but if I could imagine that I didn't, so I'm doing that right now, that's so hot.
Upon arresting her, they discovered a large butcher knife in her vehicle.
You could beat her, though. Right? I mean, we could beat her. If you came over to her house, if you came over to your house and she was in your bathtub and she was like, I'm home, Johnny, and you're like, my name's not even John, and that's weird, and then she's like got a knife, you can fucking, you're alright.
Yeah.
It's not like a Eddie Jackson's in your bathtub and he's like, hey,
With a machete.
yeah, like can't you just punch her in the face?
Sure.
Can't any man punch her in the face? And then
Absolutely.
that's it?
That's not a normal situation. That's self-defense, yeah.
Right, so, I mean,
You
give
have to
her a
sleep.
break. Right. No, yeah, fucking sleep.
And what if she just is hiding somewhere and starts by taking out your Achilles tendons?
I hate that.
Just,
I mean, that's a really smart cuckoo lady, though, because that's what you do to take me out. You cut my Achilles, and then I'm like, oh, God, that hurts! And then I realize, oh, my God, it's a crazy lady in my house who cut my Achilles with a knife!
And you're not going anywhere.
I can't get away!
Nah, it's a hand fight, though. I still say I'll take one more shot when she comes down there to deliver it, but once that fucking blade's in me, she's fucking gone. Gone! I'm talking, what's that in the Game of Thrones? My thumbs are going in her mind.
Oh, like the mountain.
I'm mind fucking her with the thumbs. Yeah, I'm like, all right, you fucking hold on to that blade, twist it a little bit if you want, but my thumbs are gonna really know what you're thinking in a minute.
Also, a bit of news that I guess went down.
Oh yeah, I'll do it, Catherwood.
I believe you. That's just a gnarly way to do it.
Speaking of brutal death,
Yeah.
this happened while we were on vacation. Just came to my attention today. This man, Sebastian Woodruff.
Is he the filmmaker?
I don't. Maybe. So he's a Canadian man, and he was dragged by the neck and lynched by a Peruvian mob.
Oh man.
Why?
He's like an ayahuasca guy.
Yeah.
So, as best as I can piece together, I think he had already been to Peru and was interested in the whole ayahuasca thing. And some of his friends said that he did seem changed, and not necessarily for the better when he came back from the first trip. But he was enthusiastic about going the first time, was enthusiastic about going back, and indeed had like an Indiegogo to try to raise money. It may have been for a documentary. He raised money for something about I'm going back and ayahuasca's great and everybody support my, psychedelic journey, what have you. The problem is he's down there and the local shaman was shot to death.
Yeah.
And the locals just connected the dots that it had to have been him. And again, his friends say these weirdly contradictory things. On one hand, they say he was the nicest, gentlest guy, never physically violent with anyone, certainly never owned a gun that we knew of, so him shooting somebody, much less a shaman, on this trip he really wanted to take, makes no sense. But they also were like, he was the kind of guy who'd like to rile you up and push your buttons a little bit. So...
That's a weird thing to say about a guy that died. Who's your friend?
Yeah.
And
So...
a Peruvian mob.
I bet you Will would say that.
Pretty intense.
I bet you Will would say that about me.
That is, there's the shaman who was...
He once tried to kill me.
Who was murdered in her hut.
Oh, it's a woman.
Yeah.
Olivia.
An older woman. And the authorities dug up his body from an unmarked grave in the Amazon rainforest. The authorities began investigating his death after a video from a phone emerged showing a bloodied man believed to be him begging for mercy as he was dragged by the neck between thatched roof homes in the indigenous community of Victoria Gracia.
Oy vey.
Right? That's the toughest street you go down right there.
See, I when I said, is this a filmmaker, I thought you were talking about the guy who got killed by getting headbutted to death by a giraffe.
What?
Did you see that?
No.
That's totally true.
Wait, he picked a headbutt fight with a giraffe?
He's supposedly, I guess, well known in like the adventure world filmmaker, and a giraffe headbutted him and it smashed his skull in and he died.
But wait, did he pick a fight with the giraffe, or did it just come out of nowhere and headbutt the guy?
I think more along those lines.
He was making a documentary
He's
about
taking
himself,
about
headbutting animals.
Right, who could win?
I think he's trying to get too
Who
close.
is the greatest headbutter of the animal kingdom?
Me.
And so far me. And then look, turns out he met his match, which is the giraffe, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest headbutter in the animal kingdom.
When he was standing in front of the giraffe, the animal spread its legs, bent its neck, and swung its head at Carlos.
You got the head movement of fucking Ronda Rousey. I mean, how can you not see that coming?
Yeah, you got a lot. You got a lot of lead in.
Oh, yeah, like fucking slips.
Oh wait! Scroll back down. He started shooting close-ups of the giraffe's body and feet.
Oh, he was taking.
Came out of nowhere. He didn't even see it coming. He wasn't aware of the danger.
The giraffe just drove him into the ground like a tent spike. Just whoa!
Sweet.
That's pretty gnarly.
And they said that they're not going to
press charges.
Yeah, they're not going to
kill the animal.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the word euthanize.
Yeah, come on.
Giraffe didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Mess with the bull.
I mean, you got to go on YouTube before you go on safari. I've seen giraffes headbutt. Everybody knows they headbutt, Michael.
Oh man.
Well, now I do.
You didn't know that?
No.
What an intense.
Wait, you've never seen giraffes headbutt each other?
I've never spent any significant time on.
Look at that!
On YouTube.
Did you see that?
Oh, I've seen this in person.
Well, okay, so you've seen giraffes headbutt each other.
Yeah, but I didn't know that they would do it to people.
Oh, I mean, if they're doing it to each other, I feel like that's their thing. Hey, I would never. I mean, it's a dinosaur horse. It's a horseosaur.
Dinosaurs.
What are you laughing at, Andrew?
Dinosaur horse is interesting way to describe a giraffe, but
It's
accurate.
fucking pretty spot on.
Yeah.
I mean, have you been up close to the fucking thing? They're terrifying.
Yeah.
They're like the, you know, the thing that eat the grass in the fucking Jurassic bullshit. I'm friendly, the most giant guy, whatever.
The brontosaurus.
Yeah. They're like brontosauruses.
Yeah,
Thank
they
you.
really are. I never made that connection.
Yeah, and you're gonna go over there and take a photo of its feet? I blinded a guy once for taking a photo of skateboarding without looking at skateboarding. And my skateboard at a demo bounced over the net and fucking hit the dude in the lens, and he had glass on and blinded his eye.
Like blind for good?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, he tried to sue me and the, but I don't know how it worked out because it wasn't my fault.
Sure.
I mean. But he was trying to sue me at one point. I was like, what? What do I do? Blame Tony Hawk. Told me to come there.
That's always my motto.
But I remember thinking, who doesn't, you know what I mean? If you're taking a photo of the event, how the fuck did you not see that?
Right, it's like being on the track in NASCAR.
It's look, you were photographers. They're focused on something else, but you know, it's just like to me, it's like you're in the action, so you should be aware of shit like that. If I'm taking a photo of a giraffe, I'm not just gonna fucking try and get a really close photo of his legs or his chest when I know that his head is within reach of getting me. Even not a killer shot. What about at least a video where you see a giraffe grab you by the back of your neck and bite you and throw you across the room? Anyone ever seen those videos? Because I have.
I've seen him do it to other animals.
Right, so I just figure, why the fuck would I go, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't, if I'm a photographer, I would be, oh, wild horses! Like, it's a wild animal. I mean, I seen a housecat fuck up a vet guy once, and he was like screaming bloody murder, help, asking for help. Remember that video, Andrew, where instead of get him out of his house, because he went inside leg on the guy, on the keeper, and like did the, you know, laid the hooks in on the inside thigh, and dub pound guy shit a brick. He was not composed, and that's his job.
Was it Daz or Corrupt?
It was Daz. Sorry.
I take that one back.
What's this, a house of giraffes?
There's apparently a safari where you can go and like feed the giraffe and it'll stick its head in your room and feed it breakfast, which seems so safe.
I don't know if I like that.
No, well, that's obviously, these are trained, yeah, because that giraffe could have killed that lady right there and then. But yeah, if that's, God, white people are so pathetic. I'm sorry, but some things you just get embarrassed by, you know? I'm like, as a white guy, I'm like, really? White people?
They're not.
Oh, your master comes in, and it, you know what I mean? Like, it's an animal that lives outside, and it shit all over its fucking drooly mouth, and it's gonna be like, what's going on here? You guys got any?
Yeah, I because it looks like it's a very nice place with like it's like tastefully decorated and there's these dainty breakfasts that are made and yeah, like as someone who's participated in feeding giraffes in zoos any number of times at this point, like that's plenty of contact.
Yeah,
that's plenty.
I agree completely.
Yeah, in my breakfast where the giraffe is like, what about if I need to take a shit and then I take a shit and I come back and my giraffe ate my fucking pancakes? How am I pumped them on?
Do I get a refund?
Yeah, do I get free? Hello,
do they euthanize the giraffe over that?
Yeah, I know, right? He was coming right at my pancakes.
I might.
Ah, man. He got his head off for leaning his head in the wall. Holy shit, it's coming right for us! A Hosasaurus! Yeah, it seems very uppity for your giraffe to be in there, you know? I'm more into like a safari where lions and shit can like come over and take a sandwich.
Plenty of those.
If I'm gonna die, I want to die. I just want a headbutt from a Hosasaurus.
At least
I guess it would be instantaneous.
Yeah,
though,
I was gonna
right?
say that poor fella didn't feel anything.
Right.
A giant machine smashed his head from.
You can only hope.
I don't know about that because again, we just saw that article briefly, but I think I recall a quote saying something like, "We knew he had massive head trauma, but we didn't think he was going to die."
Yeah.
That leads me to believe that there was some suffering.
Damn.
Oh.
Poor guy.
Well, there it is. Wear a helmet, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
Died after being flown to a local hospital.
That reminds me, Craig Ferguson. I met his son the other day. He had a helmet on when he was talking to me. Man, his wife is super hot,
Nice.
which makes sense. Yeah, but he actually made me. I'm gonna try and be a stand-up comedian. I kind of was like, yeah, I'm pretty bad at that. I don't really want to do it. And then he was like, can you just keep doing it? And I'm like, why do you fucking care? He's like, can you just take my advice and really, you mean, I feel like you'd be really good at it if you just kept doing it. Can you just, I'm asking you to keep doing it. Would you do it? And I'm like, if Craig Ferguson's going to ask me to keep doing it, I don't know why, but yeah. And I think it was the other thing was, same as Dr. Drew Pensky. He wants me to do it because I think if I did that, then I won't fight. I don't know why Craig Ferguson has already figured out that I shouldn't fight, but he has. He's a really nice person. He's like
He's really, really nice.
He's like trying to be, I don't want to say try. He's just, I feel like he's a genuine guy,
Yeah.
Goes a long way.
I'm with you.
Anyway, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
we have a
should
guest.
be here.
So, yeah, after this. He said, how's the sobriety treating you? I was like, not really. He's like, you're alright? And I'm like, yeah, I'm alright. He's like, he's just got to do the, well, if you're not, hit me up. No judgment here. I'm like, no. He's a friendly
He's
person.
nice, man. A lot of guys in recovery like that, though. Right? Feel
I know, but
part of
I
the
know
deal
that you're
paying it
supposed to
forward.
say that because you're in that, but I just, because I've heard that a lot. He wasn't.
He wasn't just doing it.
Yeah.
You meant.
That's what I sensed.
Can I get past you, Mike?
Oh, of
I'm
course.
assuming you want cameras.
Yep.
We got kind of a wacky angle with O's yesterday.
Yeah, because they moved around. I caught that.
So it was a lot of the top of the heads and stuff. I don't know how you wanna.
Well, this one is not a stunt, right? They're just hanging out.
I don't think so.
There's no tricks to this one, Andrew?
This guest?
Yes.
No, she's been really outspoken about the sex laws.
But we don't have like another game or anything.
No.
So this maybe a half a break or something?
Yeah, we can do it. Half hour, whatever you
God
want.
damn, my grind is blowing up. We're gonna handle this, Kevin.
Sure. Let the master work.
Is there any emails from the submit to Ellis at Gmail for fighters before we let that? Because I did post that before too.
I have forwarded 2 along to the Ellis Mini 15. But I would keep mentioning.
Wait, so when you forward it to the Ellis Mania 15, how do I get a hold of that?
If you log into the Gmail, it'll show up as one of the emails there. So,
Look at.
Can I help you in any
This is
way?
the cat.
No.
Hey, cool man.
There's just not enough places to attach cameras.
Looking at me, I'm started laughing hysterically, so then it started looking at me surprised like that, and when it breathes, and I was like, oh my god, dude! I did like an
don't know
hour
what that
crying
was.
at this cat. It was just on the table looking at me. I'm like, oh my god, dude, what happened to you?
That's awesome.
Jason, are you gonna set this one up, or do you want me to set it up? I could set it up on this mic if you don't. move it since you're not using this one anymore.
I got it.
Okay.
Catherine, can you just hold it and point it at her?
Absolutely. Just right in the cleavage.
You know where I need it.
I can control the cam.
Appreciate it. Here we go. This is gonna get her. See if she can duck that.
Can I get back there?
Absolutely.
Sorry.
No,
I'm just gonna start this one in the corner. Do you want me to start there?
Yeah, start them all. Fucking, let's go.
I didn't have to dress up for us.
He looks great.
If I would have known that there was a nice young cam girl coming through, maybe I would have thrown on something different than sweatpants. But I figured, come on, this is a casual environment, isn't it?
I hope so. My fucking tattoo finished tonight.
Where at? Where on your body?
This fucking fat part right here.
That is
I
not-
felt this was supposed to be done, dude, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go home. First time ever. He's like, you sure there's an hour left? I'm like, yep, nah, I'll come back. He's like, yeah. I'm like, to be honest, dude, it's been hurting the whole time. He's like, well, it's on your stomach. It's been 4 hours. I'm like, yeah, but it was hurting from the fucking start.
Right.
Like, as soon as he went, I was like, that's weird. You know, it reminded me of, and I was like, oh, God, what was that? I'm getting soft.
The belly suppose is bad. Bad.
I know, but look at my belly already. Like, I don't know. Like, granted, that one by the pool and years ago in Beverly Hills, I do remember that was. I was like, fuck, this is really hurting. So, but I was trying to. Oh, I can't talk about it. I'm on here. I'm getting. I'm after Ellis Mania. I'm going to Victoria for that tattoo convention, and they're because the back of my legs are the last bit that I don't have anything on, and they're doing it at the same. 2 tattoo guys are doing both the backs of my legs at the same time. Yeah.
Nice.
I never had that before.
It's like having a pit crew.
Right, and it's the worst part too. So I'm like, I just want it to be over. Like, both of you just completely destroy me for 4 hours, but I know when the 4 hours, instead of 8 hours, it's 4 hours.
And I'm
'cause
done.
Then all the backs of my legs will be covered.
Man, that's not gonna feel good though.
And then I'll just have this bit here, and here, and in here, and then that's it. Then I can, like, every now and then if someone's cool, I'll be like, hey, fucking tattoo something, but I'll just be like, alright, the suit is done.
It's pretty good amount of coverage.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's, like, other stuff that come up, sure, but that'll be enough where I'll be like, yeah, I'm alright, I don't need to. I just feel like I got, like, you know what I mean? Like, I got a spare tire on my car,
Yeah.
you know?
Where is this young lady?
It was never the case, man. Ever since I got a certain amount of tattoos, then all of a sudden it looked like it was half done. But before that, I was just like, yeah, I got tattoos, who cares?
Right, there's a point you pass where it's you gotta start
like, now there's
striving
gaps.
for super coverage, yeah.
Do we have an ETA on her?
She's here.
Oh, those are not my headphones.
The Jason Ellis Show.
I love, like, cock in my face.
This is the Jason
Experts warn that Hawaii may not have seen the worst of their latest volcanic activity. Indeed, the volcano could blow at any time with a series of explosions that could spew 1-ton rocks as far as multiple miles away.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm about to blow too, because we got a guest. Segway. Huge rocks of... Sorry, it's the rudest segue ever.
I liked it.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, Ginger Banks.
Ginger Banks, I was talking about. I wasn't going to talk about volcanic eruption. I'm talking about hot jizz flying out of my volcanic penis, if you know what I mean.
My favorite type of eruption.
Right, that's where I like to start my usual interviews. Are you taking your top off?
All of them?
Yes, no. Every first thing I said to Andrew Dice Clay was...
Frankly, it's the first time it ever made sense.
Yeah. Every time I've done this, Michael has been baffled as to how we still have a career. But finally, you've walked in and we talked about a volcano. And yeah, look, I'm jizzing in my pants.
Here we are.
How's it going?
Excellent. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here. And thank you for undoing your top. Just know that is not going to, if you're using that as like some sort of thing to get in my mind thinking, because I did talk about my jizz and stuff, that was just to make you relaxed. But you're not in my mind at all by opening your top, alright? I'm still looking at your eyes because I respect you as a human being.
I appreciate that.
Alright. Do you
I'm
have a
trying to
bra
keep
on?
it on. I'm trying to keep it on. No, I don't wear it. Unless you can see my panties, I'm not wearing any.
I'm not looking. Alright?
I wouldn't know. That tells me nothing.
Thank you. So anyway.
Alright, now I'm gonna finish taking my jacket off, but
yeah,
it's not anything special.
No, you should definitely finish taking it off.
Not anything special for you.
Yeah. Hell yeah. See, I noticed you got some titties under
I'll take my pants off in a minute. Don't let that throw you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna need a towel. So I've already shot hot rocks.
Already?
Volcanic loads. Sorry.
It's a weird day.
Yeah, because Kevin would make you feel like it's Friday, so I feel like I'm about to go home and, you know what I mean, start the party. But
I really do apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to trick you.
I'm just happy that I don't have my children when I get home, because I'm not in that frame of mind, you know what I mean? Can't go hot rocks and kids.
No.
Pop rocks, but not hot rocks. This is a really bad hole I'm digging myself into. But for some weird reason, it's just like home, man.
I'm waiting. I'm thinking there's somewhere you're going with this, but...
No.
Once again, you get the wrong show.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what show this is.
Yeah.
Where am I?
On the radio. Were we live? Yeah, we're live. Yeah, we're on the radio. So anyway, you're a cam girl. That's not what you are. You do a lot of things, but one of the things you do is cam.
Yeah.
I got a wife. I've had sex with her a few times. One time she was a cam girl. I liked it. She wasn't allowed to do it anymore. It's a long story. So I support you guys. I like it.
She wasn't allowed to do it anymore?
It's a long story. It's just like the show's kind of big and the kids and, you know, somebody's going to send a video of her.
That's the type of shit that I want to, like, change, because I don't think it should be that big of a deal, you know? We all fuck. We all came from a pussy, so...
No!
Speak for yourself.
No, you did. Don't lie. You did.
I generally come from a dick, but, you know, to each his own.
Okay, yeah, no. No, yeah, because I tried to explain that, man, bringing up kids and camming is tough, but you want me to do that, so I'm doing it, but somebody tried to tell me just yesterday that I was less responsible for making them than somebody else, and I was like, no, because, and she was like, well, how's that possible? And I'm like, here's how it's possible. You're a girl, and you're more like me than your mum. That's the power of me. My power is more powerful than her, because you both look like me. I overrun her. And when I went in there and it all got stewed up, whatever happened, I'm the more dominant thing. Sorry, but / hell yeah, look at me.
Without question, anyone who takes one look at your children, that's not open for debate.
Ellis blood is like black blood. When you have a baby with me, you know that I was there. You know what I mean?
There's no question.
Yeah, it's a fucking, you know what I mean? Because you can't have a black kid that doesn't look a little bit black. You can't have an Ellis kid that doesn't look like Ellis.
It's in your genetics.
Yeah, we're very powerful. So anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about you. You're camming.
I'm down. Yeah.
And people tell me that not only are you good at camming, but you're also using other parts of your body, talk about your mind, to support what's going on with the sex trafficking in today's community and how bad things are with that.
Yeah, I think that it's bad that the media tries to conflate sex trafficking with legal consensual adults doing sex work. I mean, what is that going to do for the problem? It's not going to help anything.
Right. So you're saying, because I had a podcast where I had Buck Angel and some other people speaking some facts where I was like, I had my suspicions, but I was getting my information from people where I was like, you don't really care, you don't do the research, you're just a porn star who's like, this isn't cool. I mean, I need to talk to somebody that really knows what's going on, and who Susie Q as well.
Yeah, she's great.
Yes, knows a lot, and it is funny because you're talking about is it slowing down? Is it doing anything to webcam girls?
Well, there was 2 laws that were just passed recently, which are supposed to make it illegal to facilitate prostitution. But what websites are doing is they're just like, well, let's just get rid of a lot of stuff because it might affect us in the long run. Okay. So, like, I used to go on non-sexual dates with my members, but on my cam website, they don't allow that anymore.
Wait, you can cam with guys, like, because I know that you can get, like, a private, and then they can show you a video of them while you're showing a video of yourself, right?
Yeah. People have to pay quite a bit of money for me to watch them while they're masturbating.
Fair enough.
What are you talking about here?
When you go online, you basically don't have to see anybody if you don't want to.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just because we were talking about the two-way thing earlier, and I have no idea what would that generally cost.
For me, it's $500 a year to be a VIP member, and then I'll turn your camera on when we're doing privates or when we're just hanging out or something like that. Okay. So that's one of the benefits that my VIP members get.
Can you still do that now, or have they blocked that?
You can still look at them, but a lot of girls on my website, we used to do date raffles. Non-sexual date raffles all the time, and guys pay tons of money for that, and that's not an option anymore.
They can't? How can they legally regulate what you do in your private time if there's nothing illegal going on that date?
Because they can tell you how you can and cannot accept, or what you can and cannot accept tokens for money for on the website. So if they see me, I mean, I can still do it. Someone has to report me and then blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, I respect the website not to do that. I don't want to risk anyone else's job. So I'll just accept it in Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Oh, okay. So there's that thing. So that could come back now because of what the rules have changed when it comes to...
cryptocurrency, I think it'll be a huge part of the future of sex work because it is so decentralized. All of these payment processors discriminate against us. Like, I've had my PayPal account shut down. I still have hundreds of dollars locked up in there that they haven't given back to me.
Why?
Because I have to wait at least 6 months before... It's theft. It's straight up theft. And that's why I am a huge advocate for blockchain and cryptocurrency, and I think it's going to be a huge part of the future of our industry.
Huh. So, to get good at camming, is there... like, how did you get... Because, I saw when my wife was doing it, I was like, oh, look at all these other people that are on there. And I looked at everybody's thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. You can do this or you can do that, or... Seems like a lot of girls are like, I'm super pretty and I'm not going to show you anything for like 4 hours unless I get a maximum amount of tokens. And I'm like, man, I don't know who's into that, but obviously people are because they seem to make a lot of money.
Yeah, totally. It's all how you market yourself. I mean, you can market yourself as a luxury girl and charge $15,000 or 15,000 tokens, excuse me, to take your top off. $15,000 to take your top off would be a little much, but some girls won't get naked for less than $1,000, and that's their prerogative. We set our own prices, so it's all up to us.
What is your keys to success? Like, how have you made your thing successful?
I really like interacting with my fans on social media. I think that's how you make lifelong fans, because these people want a connection, they want to feel a part of something, and so I like to make them feel like they're a part of my community and how they're helping me change the stigma surrounding sex work, because these people are. They show me how they posted my Yahoo article on Facebook and their parents would reply to it and stuff like that, and they're helping me slowly change people's minds, and that's really cool.
Right, because I think that I knew a cam girl who was friends with my wife, and I had a modeling job that I got from being a stunt driver, and they said, do you know any girls? And I was like, yep, and I gave them 3 girls, and one of them lost their gig right before it started because they found out that she was a cam girl, and they were like, we don't hire porn stars. And I was like, wait. And this girl that I knew she's a mother of a preteen, I think, and that's her job, and I don't think that it's out in the open exactly, or maybe And it's a weird thing to...
You know, parents have sex, and they manage to do that while having children. So sex workers manage to do their jobs while still having children. And they keep it separate from them, just like parents keep sex from their children. And it's not that crazy of a concept. I know a lot of people think that you're a bad mother or you're a bad parent just because you were a sex worker, and that is not true. You can be an amazing parent and be a sex worker. That has nothing to do with your ability to parent your children.
It would make it harder for
sure.
the child.
Oh, yeah.
When he or she is growing up.
Yeah, and that's the
'Cause I feel like
unfortunate.
my kids
It's the
have-
stigma surrounding it. It exists. It's
Yeah.
not just sex. It's sex work. You know, like a sexual woman gets a lot of shit for it. And if you're basically not in a monogamous, married, heterosexual relationship, having kids, there's some sort of stigma attached to the sex that you're having,
Yep.
no matter what it is. So, and it's so natural. It's ingrained in us that I just I want to help change that, because how many problems is that causing in our society where we're saying this thing that you feel naturally every day, all day, not every day, all day, but you know, it's inside of you and you're trying to tell me it's wrong or I shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean,
I should feel shame or like bad about what I do.
Look, I think there's a time and a place because children's minds can't handle a lot of stuff. And I hate the argument of like, well, this other thing is out there, so why can't this be out there? But you're not going to take away guns and violence from everywhere. It's amazing how much violence I see on the social media things that will block you for a butt cheek. But I just see people murdered on there every morning. I can see a dude just flat out murdered on there, and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't expect that. Like,
what's
you
more
know, I was watching
head stomping.
I was watching motocross slams, and then I flicked up, and it's a bus hitting two Asian ladies on a scooter, and I'm like, they fucking died. That was this morning.
Yeah, I just saw two people die.
You're not going to see titties, no way.
Yeah,
so
no
there is a
naked
little,
people.
but I also don't think that people should see
Logically, not just because
violence
one bad
all
thing
the
is out
time.
there.
I don't think that. I mean, I think that if you do have a butt cheek on, you shouldn't have a butt cheek on there for little kids to see, and you shouldn't see the little Asian lady get run over by the bus.
Well, age verification is probably coming to the United States soon. It's happening in the United Kingdom right now.
You don't think kids will block the shit out of that?
You know how age verification works? You have to submit your ID. It's gonna be a little bit more complicated. They're gonna have to submit an ID that matches the credit card on the website. It's for buying anything that you need to be over 18 to buy.
Does that mean, because the future for children to gather stuff is the phone, at least for this decade?
So basically, websites are going to be blocked unless you've submitted an age
I
verification.
love that. Man, I'm kind of pissed they don't have that
total
already.
Nonsense that everyone just threw up their hands about. Well, you can't keep kids out of there. Like, we didn't say that about bars.
Yeah, it's like basically...
It can be fucking done. If you wanted to, you can do it.
Yeah, I think putting your kid in the middle of Times Square is probably less traumatizing to them than giving them the internet with no restrictions on it, because they're not going to see anyone murdered or getting like their head chopped off in the middle of Times Square. But you go online, you see like anything, and how does that fuck with us? We don't know.
Right.
It's
And
only
this
been around for how long?
Exactly, and this is one of these things that the government is actually good for, and the government is, I'm not saying they can do it, but this is why we have a government, is don't expect YouTube to keep your kids off of YouTube. That's not how this works.
It would be great if parents did parent their children, but they don't. So websites and all of these other places have to put in safeguards in place because people don't take the time.
Many parents do, but the chain's only as strong as its weakest link. We all knew when we were a kid there was the one kid whose dad had a stack of pornos, and that's how we all saw the pornos. There were plenty of good kids, and we still saw porno. You know.
Yeah, my kids saw porno. I warned them, told them not to, but as soon as they figured out the internet could do it, that's the first thing they typed in.
Of course.
Guys, not gonna lie, there's some great titties out there, but that's not for you.
That's exactly what I said.
You know
I'm
how
surprised
I
why
drink?
I went on there.
You know how I drink? You know how I smoke weed? That's not for you, kids. Later on in life.
Yeah, no, I haven't had that talk. But I could. But if they had the thing that Tully, like, whereas you just can't go on there.
Yeah.
Man, that would make parents' lives so much easier.
Think
Because that one.
Think of all the technology that we've been able to work out. It just keeps progressing and progressing and progressing, and all we can really come up with is, "Are you sure you're 18? Click this button."
Click this button, right?
Yeah, come on.
Put in your birthday. Let me make
Wow. Yeah, because I know, because it's money, right?
Yeah.
That's so much money. If you had a block of people that were 21 that could no longer go on there, how much money did everybody on the internet just lose? What's that?
I know one website that probably doesn't want it to happen. Pornhub probably doesn't want that to happen because
there's no point blaming one person. It's every single website would be bummed because
I just said I know they weren't going to be happy when
every website
happens.
would lose money.
Well,
everybody.
And Tully's right. You can't expect a private business to be in charge of regulating their customer.
Think about record sales for stupid music. How much that would be affected? I bet you that 69 fuckface would no
Only-
longer be platinum when it would people who were under 21 could no longer purchase his fucking crap. Like it would be like,
Yeah,
man, nobody, no, all
What
douche
35-year-old's getting Takeshi 6ix9ine music?
right? Like your kid's got to ask you, and then I'm gonna be like, really? That's what you want to listen to? Because that's like the thing. You guys are like pumped on that. You look good. I mean, these guys look great. You feel proud about that. No, but my daughter doesn't want to come over and ask me for that because she knows I'm gonna be like, oh, so it's that you've reached that level of your brain. Like it's completely tapped out at man. I say F word and N word over and over again. Buy my CD. Like they are on fire right now. Like go on. I seriously put them in the fucking thing in Hawaii. Like helicopter them and drop them in because that. I'm not joking, man. Like Trump, you want to save the country. Get all those dudes with the painted faces and blop them in that crack that's bubbling in Hawaii. And save us. Save our children.
So like tattoos everywhere, but the face is okay.
No,
I'm
it's like 5 hip hop dudes. I could be
know,
wrong.
The Lil Pump.
But I'll take. You know what I mean? If it's an extra one, who fucking cares? Like if I wait, it was only 4. Well, just get the next fucker.
If we accidentally kill a really talented kid who looks like rainbow garbage, I apologize.
Right? Yeah, I think we could take it.
The little squad of.
Yeah, sorry, that's my Instagram feed. I just saw 2 of them having an argument on Instagram FaceTime. I don't know, like where they're both actually I'm like, you guys are talking about bloods and step to me, kill, and you're 12 and you're on FaceTime, and I'm like, if I'm a blood, I am making some calls. You know what I mean? Because as if I'm like the higher up of the bloods, I'm like, fucking people, are you fucking serious? Like, I know, let's say he is one. That means I know how to get to him. Get Terry to kill the fucking homo and the other one. Both of them, they're not bloods anymore. Your Crips or you're dead.
That's the
Pick
bad
one.
part about the internet. It's connecting more idiots
I
together.
know, but I just figured like if I was the, you know, I figured like a blood, the what is it called when you're like in charge?
Like an OG?
Yeah, but if like you're higher, you mean you're like a leader of the Bloods.
Kingpin?
Yeah, kingpin of the Blood.
Like the treasurer of the Blood.
Yeah.
Secretary of Treasury.
CFO.
Yeah, you're like
Director of HR. Bloods.
Yeah, Diamond Dash or some shit. I don't know. Some asshole who's pretending to be something else just be like, no, dude, enough of that. It's a bad look. It's a bad look. I'm not scared of your gangs anymore. I mean, this dude is saying that on the internet, and nobody's saying the game isn't like, yo, look at my half boner. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck happened to all you clowns, dude? It's
You're
ridiculous.
right. I mean,
I'm not scared of any of you anymore.
There's a
thanks to those
really,
two.
really, really famous guy who claims to be a blood who I'm way not scared of. You know, that's not cool. You know, there's nothing appealing about that. If I'm a gang that is based around, my whole livelihood is being intimidating and scary, having a super successful guy that's really not scary is a bad thing.
Yeah, it's a bad look. We gotta watch that. And then some other hip hop dude, some fat dude saying he's from the streets and Tupac's a sellout. I'm like, you know, and they're blasting that everywhere right now. You hear about that? Some dude, some rapper, I don't know about, that I don't care. That
Andrew knows.
did an MTV Raps a long time ago and said that Tupac's fucking was never from the streets and all this other shit, and he doesn't care because he's really from the streets and he ain't scared. I'm like, you're fucking old, so you are scared. Because if you were there that hard, you'd be fucking dead. Live by your, you know what I mean? Like, you're not punching anybody. You're a fat fuck. You're not street fighting a goddamn thing, except maybe a bowl of fucking lard. That's all you're brawling. So you're talking about shooting shit, and you're like 45. Get the fuck out of here. You're scared, just like everybody else. Everybody's scared. When people start shooting me, I get scared. When I'm starting to knock when someone trying to knock me out, I'm knocking you out. I'm fucking scared. Let's not lie here. Rap dudes, you're scared. You are fucking all terrified. And I'm not like, this is like grandfather white hip hop guy telling you it's a bad look. It's a bad look for all of you. You can be better. And look, if this volcano goes off or the meteor hits, this is how you want to leave? Embarrassing, hip hop. Embarrassing. Somebody take you 50. Yeah, this fucking ass clown. Yeah, okay, you've got a bunch of face tattoos, and you don't care about anybody. Okay, well, you're alive.
Is he?
You care about something.
Now, is he 03 Greedo, or is this clip number 3 of Greedo?
03 Greedo.
That's straight.
Conspiracy theory.
Wait. It's awesome. This guy's insane.
I'm learning a lot right now.
Right? Did he break it down enough? Because I feel like that's enough for everybody.
Yeah. No, I feel like Greedo's made a lot of music, and it's unfair that I haven't heard it. That the media is suppressing it.
What is...
Holding him down.
Yeah, what is Greedo? Do you know Greedo, Ginger? Are you familiar with the Greedo?
Never heard of him.
Oh,
before
okay.
This moment.
Anybody out there know Greedo? No. No.
No, I really.
No,
I didn't know that to be the best, you just had to make more music than someone else.
Yeah, and just be like dumb enough to like hang out in the street where people said you weren't welcome. Like, what happened to the music?
Yeah.
You fucking write off. Yeah, but you know
Tupac's
what?
defense, he's been pretty prolific since dying.
Right, and
yeah,
right, he did do well there.
I mean, maybe Greedo's made more music if you add it all up. But in Tupac's defense, he has been dead this whole time.
See, this is where I go with once again. Like, if Greedo's so tough, you know what I mean? Like, why didn't they kill him in Oakland? You know, and who decides to not stay in a hotel and just stay? When he said he went to the streets of Oakland, did he just stand on a corner all night and smoke a
I
blunt?
think he stayed at the house where Tupac was not welcome.
And he just was like, "Hey, I'm here."
Because I guess those guys still live there.
Oh, okay, right. And he was like, "What's up?
What's up?
It's been 30 years. What's up?"
I'm from Los Angeles. And they're like, oh, good, because we usually get rid of people who weren't born here.
Yeah. And he's like, "Well, I'm staying
all
night. I could have got a hotel, but I'm here. What's up?"
So I'm on
Cool.
the couch. Point taken.
Yeah, and then he immediately went live on Facebook to tell everybody that he is alive in the morning. What is that apple on his face? I mean, that's a street tattoo.
He's got a bunch of grapes. I think it says cheese elsewhere.
Wait, is he into that Fruit of the Loom underwear?
I think
because he's just missing the pear, and he's pretty much done.
Is from Grape Street.
Oh, well then that makes way. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, and so many greats have come.
Right, no, good point.
From Grape
No,
Street.
no, they all do.
Alexander the.
It's a breeding ground for talent and the grape.
I mean, and he got all this publicity over talking shit on Tupac. Now what is everybody gonna start doing?
Wait, did he get Living Legend tattooed across his face? Okay. Okay. Okay, I kind of respect. Okay, now, maybe he is the greatest rapper alive.
Yeah.
I still don't want to hear his music.
I know. I feel like I can confidently say that without having to listen
It's
to
crazy, right?
a single line, yeah.
It's like I still can't make my finger want to press play on anything that has his head on it. Well.
So, Ginger, I want to ask you, I try to wrap my brain around this. I consider myself a very open-minded person, and I think that doing this job for over a decade has made me even more open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
And I dropped my kid off at grammar school this morning, and I find it impossible to imagine a scenario where at any point in the foreseeable future, I'm going to be like, yeah, there's the lady who, makes the graphics for NBC ads, and there's the guy who's a lawyer, and there's the prostitute among the parents. And I can't quite pin down exactly what it is other than the tradition of the stigma, but I still can't imagine that ever happening. And I will give you the cop-out, which is, I would be cool with it, but there's no way anybody else would be cool with it.
I think that there's already a huge problem talking to your kids about sex in general. So
Yeah.
talking to them about how someone makes money from sex is just another, added weirdness to
Well, there's a
having a
good
conversation
start.
with your kids.
Right.
And there are other cultures, in the Netherlands where it's like, it is more normalized. And I think that you have to maybe see it for it to be real. Like, I didn't really understand how homosexuality was normal until it started being around me. When I first saw it, when I was first exposed to it, I thought, yeah, how the fuck am I gonna ever accept this as normal in my life, And as it's changed over the past 10 years, I don't remember how long it's been, even longer than that, since I've felt that way, but slowly but surely, I think people's attitudes have slowly started to open towards it. And I think our society has such a, the media tends to look at the worst of the worst when it comes to sex workers. We're always drug addicted, we're always on the streets, or we're the richest of the rich, And when it comes down to it, we're like pretty much like anyone else, except our job is, to make other people happy and to spend time with them and to make them feel good. Because a lot of escorts, as I get to know them and I really understand what they do, a lot of what they do is spend time with their clients.
Michael, isn't there kind of a little bit of a discrimination upon all people that have jobs that aren't that good? Like, would you think that maybe like someone that is like a garbage cleaner, like could get, like his kid might be like, my dad's a garbage man, and like some other rich parent is like, oh, there's fucking Jimmy who's a garbage man. Well, I mean, like, it's not as critical a scale.
Yeah.
But I still think like rich people frown upon shit people's jobs and so on and so forth.
But I'm not around rich people. I mean, I'm sure some of them are, but I guess to me it just
in your
always seemed
scenario,
like,
you were talking about full service sex workers on the street, right? Too?
No, not at all. No, I'm saying, this is this one parent has this job. This one parent, this one parent is an escort. I just interviewed a comedian, and she was a cocktail waitress for a quick minute at a strip club, and she said the vast majority, because she only worked there for a couple days, it was days.
Mm-hmm.
The vast majority of the girls that were working had families.
Right.
So I totally get all that, but I can't imagine this, and I have no issue with that. I don't know why anybody should have an issue with that, but I can't imagine a scenario where you wouldn't want to be like discreet about that. I'm talking out of my ass. If I say something insulting, I apologize.
No,
ahead
I
of time.
totally understand.
But like if you're a coke dealer, I have no issue with coke dealers because I have no issue with cocaine whatsoever. If you're killing people, that's a problem. But if you're just like a guy who just hooks up the community with coke, well, cool. We need a coke dealer. I don't use it, but I have no problem with other people using it. But I would also expect you'd come up with some lie about what your job is.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is I don't think there's nothing morally wrong with what I do, so I don't feel like I would ever have to lie about it.
I don't think
but
there's
I
anything
understand
morally wrong with selling coke if you're not hurting anybody.
Yeah, so I think
How are you not hurting people if you sell coke?
I'm just saying.
Are you hurting people when you sell alcohol? So I personally, I don't have children, but I would explain it like, look, you know how me and mom, we go to the bar, we get drunk, we do that. That's stuff for adults. There's other things that adults do where they exchange money and they have fun together. Like, you don't have to go into details and say, you know, she's given a blowy for this much money, but you can say, look, some people out there don't have the ability to meet someone like how I did. I met your mom and we get to have fun together. There's people out there where they could never have the opportunity to have fun with someone unless they go to someone where they can pay this person to have fun with them. And that fun can be so many different things, and it can be a wide variety. And if it's two people and they're together and they're consenting to it, then that's a perfectly okay, you know, place for a person to go. I learn a lot about escorts who their clients are physically handicapped, or, you know, like things like that, and they would never, a lot of them would never ever get to have sex if it weren't for these sex workers.
Oh, we've talked to guys over
the
years. Yeah, right.
I think explaining to your children like that, like, it's a natural desire to have, you know, like, if you want to do it by yourself in your room, that's a thing that you can do as a kid. But if you want to do it when you're old enough and you feel that, it's a really complicated issue. I wish things were black and white, but this is one of those things that is, you know,
with a couple dolls.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, and that's, this is one of the things why sex work is so fucking cool, is because it does explain consent so much. Like, I personally feel like I'm still learning about consent, and I think sex work is one of the good avenues where consent can be explained to people.
I just saw a thing today where a lady says that you should ask a baby for consent before you change his diaper.
Okay, that's the bullshit that I hate, because it's like most people are in the middle, but we're like, oh, look at that crazy bitch, you know, like.
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was worthy of having conversation.
Really though?
Yeah.
How do you ask a baby for?
Well, you can't ask a baby. You can't ask a baby, but at a certain point, you can. No, and see, that's the thing. Of course, it becomes a thing that comes across my radar because it sounds silly.
Yeah.
But at a point, no, you cannot ask an infant. They're very, very stupid. They're morons. They're constantly trying to get away from you. You actually need to pin them down with one hand while you do it with the other, and that's just the way it's going to be. Fuck your consent. But when they get a little bit older, if you start the habit of, you need to change your diaper, can I do this, is that cool, you get them in the habit of understanding that consent should always be involved. So, sounds crazy, maybe not that crazy.
See, it's one of those situations where I think it's black and white, and at first I'm like, shut the fuck up. But, all right.
And then I got out the little dolls, and...
I mean, then there's the...
If
he says no, he's still doing it.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah. I know, really.
You just ask
the same diaper for a week and a half.
Yeah, you're not gonna... Oh, okay, you don't want to change? Sounds good then. Like, you're getting
live with your shit.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen, because you're living with your shit in my house.
Yeah, that is the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, because man, every kid's gonna say, no.
Well, something you said, Ginger, at the beginning, when you sat down, it rings so true, and that's I think the biggest problem with the taboo and the stigma around sex work and just nudity and sex in general in this country is that the internal desire is there amongst all of us. So you're constantly suppressing something that is. I mean, as Jason pointed out, the first thing his kids went to when they figured out how to use the internet was pornography.
It intrigued me so much.
Big tits, to be exact, Mike.
Exactly.
My son typed in.
Sure. When I was young, I made my way to like Traces of Death and like macabre violent stuff. I didn't like it too much, but I made my way there. On the way there, I've tried to find porn 5,000 times before I turned to violence and other stuff that was bad for me or quote unquote taboo. So I think it's crazy how it's almost like the natural conflict of something that we all love and want so bad and are super interested in is also has this kind of governing body.
Yeah, and it makes me so curious how that has affected humankind over the past however many decades, because we constantly are suppressing or repressing that, and it's inside of us, and we just need to let it go free.
I wonder sometimes, maybe people, are they really suppressing it? Maybe they're just not telling you, but I mean, I think some people are suppressing it, but I think most people
all I gotta say is there were a lot of dudes that I wanted to fuck in high school that I never fucked because I thought I was going to be considered a slut. There's been so many times that I've wanted to have sex and I didn't because I didn't want to be considered a slut. So when we get rid of this stigma, when we get rid of this shame, like more people are going to end up getting fucked, and that's awesome.
Ginger,
I want to live
it's
in a
not too
world.
late, you realize.
Yeah.
I'll fund your Indiegogo.
You guys are. I just got out of a 9-year relationship. Trust me, I've been having a lot of fun.
No. I'm saying specifically, I'll fund your Indiegogo if you want to make a documentary of you going around fucking every guy you wanted to fuck in high school.
Ooh, or in a radio interview.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant.
Right?
That's brilliant.
Guys, I should have fucked.
I'd watch that documentary endlessly.
All right, that's so funny. I should start adding them on Facebook. Oh no, wait, I need to wait for the doc crew.
You know what though?
And then you pretend to get the idea in front of the camera, and we go from there.
Well, I was gonna say the joy of Facebook has shown me that people that we wanted to fuck in high school definitely aren't people we want to fuck as adults. A lot of the time.
They are all married and have children. I'm from a very small town, so I'm pretty sure they're all.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a deal breaker.
Oh no, wait,
for
there's
all of them.
one guy. There's one guy.
No, they want it for sure.
Ask all of them. See if you get any yeses. Just,
just throw it out.
No, don't do that. You're gonna house
What are you
wreck
talking
people.
about?
Because they'll all
If
say
their
yes.
house wasn't that strong, if it can be wrecked by this girl coming out of the woodwork from high school on Facebook.
I think she
being
could
like,
wreck a lot of people's houses.
Sex work could solve so many problems in marriages. Like, there
Has-
are so many times when the wife doesn't want to fuck. Oh my god, just call Cindy and let her blow you. Can you imagine that scenario in life? Oh, that'd be so nice.
we have.
Or like she gets
several times. We've fantasized about that for generations.
I think sex work could help alleviate a lot of sexual assault.
So, I think that people who sexually assault people do it because they want to have control over someone else. And when you say go, hire a sex worker, you're kind of just saying go rape a sex worker, because the person, they want to rape someone. They don't want to, because I can, do you want to talk about non-consensual fantasies? Because that's a whole different topic, But
Do you do
rape,
that?
I think a large percentage of people have non-consensual fantasies from the research that I've been doing, because I hear about it enough that I think I don't know.
There's certainly enough porn.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Jude
and I don't
said
think
that's happened to him a few times.
a fantasy means like you're gonna go out and do it to someone. It's important to separate fantasy from reality, and that's what porn is. Most porn is a fucking fantasy. We are performance artists. We're opening up to the camera in ways that we normally wouldn't do. So, yeah.
Look, I think you're talking. They made a ban of human sex. They made a rule that tried to stop human sex trafficking, and they broke and they stopped people that wanted to do it. But I don't think the average person thinks that. I think the average person, they were like, oh, we passed a law that stops human sex trafficking. I don't think we realized that we passed a law that.
But there was already a law that made sex trafficking illegal.
Yeah. But there's also
now it makes facilitating prostitution illegal.
Right. It just seems like
Consensual
sex trafficking didn't get stopped.
Well, look, I'm not taking a side on any of this. We were just saying 20 minutes ago, you have these websites that are just going, hey man, I don't know, just click OK, and you said you're 18, that's fine. And all this law is supposedly about is Craigslist being like, man, we don't put the shit there, we don't know what people are doing.
Well,
so it is kind of the
Backpage
same
is what
thing.
Backpage is what got shut down, and they have been working with prosecutors and law enforcement officials in multiple different jurisdictions. They've worked with the FBI before. So taking Backpage down, where the evidence of this sex trafficking was, makes no sense. Now there's no evidence. Now it's getting forced back onto the streets.
Black market.
Yeah, and the owners of Backpage, they took it down when they saw that it was on there, and then they reported it to the authorities when they realized it was on there. What else are they supposed to do as a middleman? It's just like charging someone who owns a Walmart for sex trafficking happening in their Walmart, and the media tries to make us think there's some like giant mafia out there kidnapping girls and forcing them into sex trafficking, and that's not what it is. It's like a husband or a dad or a wife or someone like that forcing someone in their family to do sex work when they don't want to, and it happens in the garment industry, it happens in housekeeping, and nobody calls for the abolition of those industries. So why the fuck are people calling for the abolition of sex work? I should be able to do whatever the fuck I want with my body, and if somebody wants to pay me $10,000 for me to suck their dick, you should not be able to tell me no.
I would take $10,000 for somebody to suck me off.
Dude, for real, I can make
Anybody.
so much money, and the reason I'm waiting to do my
Has somebody
first
ever paid you $10,000 to suck them off?
I haven't done it yet because I'm waiting until I have as much possible exposure, and I want to call it into question. I want to fuck someone on camera for money. I want to fuck someone off camera for money, and then I want them to tell me what's the difference. What is the difference between this guy paying me to fuck me and me recording it and selling it? This guy paying to fuck me and me not recording it and selling it, and one of those is morally wrong or legally wrong. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I see what you did there.
But I mean, I just got to keep throwing shit.
Yeah,
into
go
this-
ahead. I
into the
appreciate
mix.
it.
We have talked to another woman who's a sex worker, sat in the very chair you're in right now, who told us that in her experience, like every single sex worker she ever met had been trafficked or pimped or something like that.
Well, that is
Who said
her
that?
anecdotal evidence, and if you want to
Rebecca
compare
Bender.
that,
Oh no, Rebecca Bender had her angle where
That's-
the only reason you would be in it is because she had a. She generalized with that everybody was forced into it. So because she was, so I get that she actually was forced into it. So, but
well, there are people that are forced into it.
I think
and
there's
that's
a lot
why
more people out there that are in it for the wrong reasons, and that can.
Well, if we are
generalized.
stigmatizing it, then this industry is stigmatized, and in the past, only certain types of people might have gone into it. But now that that's changing, now that it's coming more to the forefront, social media is. We can't be pushed to the sides anymore. Now you're starting to see not that narrative that the media is trying to put out. The media does put out that we're all sex trafficked. My dad, when he found out I was a webcam model, said, "Your boyfriend's forcing you to do it, isn't he?" And I was like,
Well,
what?
okay, but this wasn't. I
No.
frankly haven't really heard that from the media because when we talked to her, it was before this law had come up. I think Trump.
I wonder
was
how
even-
she feels about that law.
I think we can all agree that in a hypothetical world where 90% of sex workers are trafficked, we deal with it one way. In a different hypothetical world where 5% are sex trafficked, that's a different scenario.
Well, I'm sure there are statistics out there, and statistically, it is not a large percentage of it. It is
Okay.
not a majority of it.
I'm just saying we talked to somebody else
Yeah.
who, in her experience, said it was the vast majority. The
Well,
overwhelming
I
majority.
can never go off of my experience. That's what I consider to be anecdotal evidence. I always go for statistics and studies that have been done, and they are out there. But if you look, certain studies will be done by anti-trafficking organizations, and I just said that with air quotes because they are actually anti-prostitution organizations.
Yeah.
They put out statistics that are like 300,000 women are at risk of being sexually trafficked in the United States, and you look into it, and it's just proximity to the Mexico or Canada border as how they qualify that, and that makes no sense once you actually look into these numbers.
When Rebecca Bender was on here, she blew my mind because when I was younger, I had got prostitutes from Amsterdam, all over the world. I'd been a part of that situation. Like, yeah, sure, I'll go. Like, I'm in. And then her saying that really fucked with me. I mean, because it's many years after the fact where I'm not doing that anymore anyway. But still, that's me. I did do that, and I'm like, oh my god, I wonder how many people, that had happened to me to. It happened to me for. Oh, fucking now I can't speak English. What I'm trying to get to is after that, then I started hanging out with some porn stars, and some of them are sex workers. They do meet with clientele and hook up with them, and I was like, wait, what, you do? And I'm like, wait. And then I'm like asking questions about things that happened and how do you do it and who lines it up for you. And I'm like, oh, I mean, you do it on camera like all the time and
for money.
Yeah. And if that worked out, and it sounds like oftentimes it seems a lot easier than the actual when you're doing it on camera, because on camera you have to do like a really big show for it. And it's like, and then tell me like the guy's really nutty and he never was, and I mean he blew in 3 seconds, he's freaking out about it, and I'm like, so it kind of sounds like he was really thrilled about it. It's thrilled, like the guy's freaking out about it. I'm like, you're kind of almost doing him a service. He's like, yeah.
Time of
and I'm
his
like,
life.
if you're not fucked up about it, and he's not fucked up about it, then I guess I don't see, because I remember in the car having a conversation and me driving going, oh. I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure if I want to know somebody who does this, because that's bad. But I know that person enough to know. I'm like, nobody made you do it. You're definitely, you sometimes just say you don't want to do it anymore. You sometimes get a client where you're like, no, I'm not going to do that, and then you don't do it.
Well, sex workers come from like totally different backgrounds, tons of different backgrounds, and that's why it's important for it to be legalized or decriminalized, not legalized, because when it's decriminalized and the stigma goes away, then people who are being forced into it, they can come to the authorities. Now they come to the authorities and they're like, well, you were a prostitute. They don't know how to differ between sex trafficking victims and consensual adults, because
the other side of it is, the other side of the women that I've seen that would maybe get a bad boyfriend or get into some drugs, and the boyfriend might have some more of it that can, and then the other thing is like, how can a girl do that? Well, if you were raised a certain way, a lot of people that are more fortunate and unscarred maybe can't see how a girl would be like, oh, okay, if you want me to suck this guy off, I guess I will. Like, that would make no fucking sense to a more fortunate child. But some people didn't have a good parent, or they actually had the reverse. They had the most evil parent in the world, and then somehow they would do that, thinking that is a good thing, or that there's nothing wrong with that, and then next thing you know, they're involved in the life. So and those people need to be stopped. That's the bad part of it.
That's why if it's decriminalized, then they can go to the authorities for help. Our current
the other thing is
system
you could get somebody that would help you book clientele
that
isn't like you have to. You want drugs? Because if you are, I'm not booking you.
Right.
Not
your Twitter boyfriend.
Not here's more drugs, and if you don't do the drugs, you can't go outside to get more clientele. So there's totally two different kinds of people that are doing it. What I have noticed, I'm not in sex working. I got friends that do it, but I don't follow. I'm like, ooh, let me nitty pick your whole fucking life. I'm like, well, you don't seem like a bad. I know you to be a nice person. I know Rebecca Bender to be. I don't actually know her that well, but I felt like she was a nice person. I'd be very surprised if it was the other way around. So I trusted her too. I just feel like the general public doesn't. We're going to stop sex work. I'm for that. I would rather that everybody could get a job doing their favorite occupation and get paid for it.
Yeah, that's the fucking perfect world, but it's not.
I know.
So there's always going to be sex workers who are doing it just for the money. They might not be wanting to do the specific act during that, but they are doing it for the money, and it doesn't mean that they deserve any less respect or bodily autonomy or protections under the law.
I agree.
Yeah, agreed. Now, Andrew pulled up an article. At least according to this article, Rebecca Bender worked closely with legislators on this bill. The Communication Freedom Act, so she's pretty pumped about it.
All right. Well, maybe we should get her. Did we try to get her in again? We did, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Hey, man, the more information, the better, I say. So, but yeah, as far as I know, girls that want to do it, I personally know. I now know that they cannot do it.
Yeah.
And that I personally know that pimps have called, reaching out to people that no longer can do it the safe way, saying, "Hey, just so you know, I can arrange all this for you, no problem." So that tells me,
stuff's not going in the right direction.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
What's the biggest thing you put in you, or do you do any crazy tricks? Do you electrocute yourself or anything like that, or are you just more of you talk to the clientele?
I usually do crazy stuff out in public. That's like my niche. I'll like masturbate and do videos and stuff.
Wait, you put them
It's like
up
a
late?
performance art thing. You can see some of them if you scroll down a little bit.
Wait,
like that car one right there is a new one that I made with my friends.
Oh, wait, you got all your friends to masturbate in the car? Man, call me. I guess that doesn't really work. I'm not hideous. But that's great. That's a great idea.
But
you can't get in trouble for that?
So this is my thing. If I'm masturbating, I make sure nobody can ever see me no matter what. If I'm just like flashing or something like that, then I like let people in the background. But those are my...
Wait,
You're eating your panties and there's a couple taking a walk behind you.
I dropped them later too. Like I was walking and I dropped them.
You're on a golf course?
It's like the big golf tournament out in Scottsdale. It's like a huge party.
I love golf so much more now.
Look, I had them in my hat and they like fell out right there.
You guys are wild. I would never have seen that coming.
The fucking magazine out in Scottsdale took a picture of me and put me as like their thing.
Wait,
they didn't know I was out there. Okay. No, they didn't know I was out there masturbating.
Oh, it wasn't like the 19th hole or anything?
Hilarious.
All right. On that note, on that hideous note, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be back, everybody. Fucking Tully.
That was a great thing to end on. Yeah, thanks for having me. No, I appreciate you asking me questions like that.
Well, look,
it's not always fun to just be like, "Yeah, you're awesome. You're awesome. You're awesome."
Look,
yeah, it should totally be legal.
Yeah, I think you're well aware that, regardless of what I think, I'm speaking for a large portion of people who are thinking of yelling at their radio. Yeah.
To have someone that's like, what's that called? Like the person who's in the movie who's like representing
the devil's advocate.
Not devil's advocate. It's devil's advocate too.
I'm so terrible today.
You're terrible about what?
I'm just so dead.
Yeah.
Snap out of it.
Did you valet?
You guys doing a photo?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Cool shirt.
Is Jen gonna do it, or are you just doing it?
I can do it.
Full break here. Right, Jason?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
You have a second water in the fridge too, Jason.
Thanks, Betsy. Are you getting harassed by Canadians that were like, "Fuck, I didn't know."
I mean, it's we're still getting emails in, and they're like, "Damn it! Like, how do you guys get rid of that stuff so quickly?" Which annoying, but
It's the first time I've ever been super silent to everybody. Like, I have zero comments to anybody because I just know that it's I can't. What can I say?
I mean, the one thing you could say would be like, "Sorry, we couldn't accommodate everybody this time." If the
I know, but
response is
dude, I'm
great,
getting hammered.
We'll do that fucking Rio theater that we
I've
did
got like
for-
hot chicks saying that their fucking their boyfriend's
She could be
sick, or
totally
I've got
misguided,
a
but
cousin that
she feels like
got
nowadays,
cancer,
like,
and
the
I'm like,
whole
fuck, man,
idea
like,
of
I can't.
independent woman is all.
Yeah, I mean,
If
it's
I
an
say
awesome-
one,
you can try
I'm
to
fucked.
It's an
talk
awesome
about
problem to
bolstering your
have.
motherly,
nurturing kind of ways.
The only thing would
Oh,
be
that's
like-
interesting because that's not the knee jerk anti thing that I'm surprised more than anything that she thinks that there is such a attitude. But if you told me that there's a stigma, I would think it's more like a Gwyneth Paltrow-y, kind of thing.
I put a stop on that kind of stuff where like, somebody at yoga class tells her that there's special magnets that are gonna realign her body. I'd be like, listen, stop.
Oh yeah.
But this is honestly like more.
Wait, we're doing the NHL news?
She spends a week going to live like moms lived in 100 years ago
Mm.
to try to get back in touch with more of
Gotcha.
what's important.
I gotcha.
No phones, no TVs, no nothing, and then they
Good.
farm to table food and lady discussions.
Around the loom.
I appreciate the alone time with my kid, though. I really do.
Yeah.
It's been nice.
Yeah. And it evolves, too. Because I know the first time I did it, I was just like so... It's like anything that you do that's hard, but like manageable.
Mm-hmm.
If you just try to climb Mount Everest, it's not just like hard, but you can do it. You'll probably fail. But like watching your kid for a long weekend when they're one, like anybody can do it.
Yeah.
It's just really fucking hard, and it's very satisfying when you pull it off. But yeah, now
a lot of it's perspective. If you look at it, it's like, oh fuck, I got it with this 2-year-old for the next day.
Yeah.
But then if you go into it, like, no, let's take advantage of this moment. Let's really be
yeah.
present now.
I just mean the practical shit of like when they're literally like my kid used to cry when he had a wet diaper, so he'd piss in his diaper and then you'd change it and then he would immediately piss in it again and start shrieking and you'd have to do it again. Then he'd immediately like just that kind of. You can do it, but it's really trying. Yes.
Jason wants to push NHL news to tomorrow.
Yep.
Did any of the ethical stuff I sent you?
Some's better than others, but sure.
Okay. Do you want to come back with that, and then maybe we'll have a longer final calls.
Yeah, and there's news. Yeah.
Okay.
Okey-doke.
Cool. So I'll save the Putin thing for tomorrow.
Yeah. Can I delete that from my file? You'll remember, right?
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay.
I'll keep it safe.
But now it gets more into you're actually like broing down,
yeah,
in a cool way.
Yeah, like we done like made homemade cards and stuff for my wife yesterday, and
yeah,
and unfortunately had the pedophile experience. But you know, like, and yeah, we played little puzzles and games together, and she could actually kind of play.
Yeah.
It's starting to get the relationship develops.
Yeah, that kind of shit gets better and better. Like, yeah, now at this point, like, it's really nice because I also think that he needs to be a little bit more, like,
self-reliant.
He's a little more mature.
I'm okay.
When it's just the two of us. And
I'll take a
he
salsa.
He
Oh, no,
embraces
I'm
that
okay.
challenge.
Back there.
You know.
Or do you want to?
I'm okay.
Is it different with it? I mean, I guess you don't have a point of reference to compare it to. But
I will in a few months, but
yeah,
yeah, probably.
Because my daughter's still, even though we get along great, we have a great relationship, and I really try to be present and all that. I'm just not mom.
No, well, that's the same. Yeah. That is the same. That's for sure the same. I am not. Yeah, particularly when they're little.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, nor will you ever be. Nor should you be.
Right.
Jason Ellis Show.
Inshancia, Chinasia, Cham, Nasia, Yukaduba, Chinasia? Yukaduba? Echinasia, Chinasia? Chinasia. Echinida.
This is the Jason Ellis Show on Faction Talk.
The UFC announced a partnership with ESPN Plus, the new subscription direct-to-consumer streaming service that will offer 15 fight night cards per year, bringing the UFC $750 million over 5 years.
Does that mean I get to see more fights?
I don't know about. I mean,
or does it mean I get to see less fights?
Well, I don't know what this means. This article from the LA Times does not cover what effect, if any, this has on. No, I think you should. I would be asking myself.
Consumer, Michael.
If I were a Fight Pass subscriber, are these immediately available? Because if I'm ESPN Plus, trying to start a subscription streaming service, and I just paid $750 million for fight nights, I'll be damned if they're also streaming on the UFC app at the same time.
Caramba, I'm going to have to get an ESPN app.
Am I crazy?
Is that what that mean, Andrew?
Likely.
I don't want to be a part of ESPN. Ever since X Games, I've been pretty anti-ESPN.
Well, this is now the next big thing, that every network is launching their own bunch of TV shows only available on CBS Plus or whatever it's called. And ESPN is trying to launch this over-the-top network. There's still more to be determined in terms of ESPN or in terms of UFC's network television deal. That could still be Fox, could be ABC, could be whoever. That's not determined, but
so it's going to get harder to watch, isn't it? You're going to figure.
You just have to be subscribed to more things. It's like a new Disney's launching their own version of Netflix early next year, so you'll have to subscribe to that. And things
No, I won't.
If you want to watch Marvel, you will have to.
Yeah, like I said, I won't.
Yeah, I just don't see how we're not gonna wind up pretty much back where we started. You used to get this cable package, and everybody complained that you had all these channels that you didn't want.
Right.
So now it's going to be essentially a la carte cable. There are a bunch of streaming services. And by the way, you're probably going to need some app or service or something that brings them all together, because it's just going to be kind of annoying to be like, let me see what's happening in my Disney app. No, let me see what's... So you're probably going to want something that shows them all on the screen at the same time. Kind of like a fucking cable company. And if you're paying this one $3 a month and that one $5 a month and that one $7.99 a month, how long until you're kind of just paying a cable bill? And the only difference is you just lost all those channels that you were never watching in the first place.
Apple TV kind of aggregates that stuff for you. They're also going to be producing their own content coming up shortly.
I'm going to be producing some hot lava loads. Sorry, I'm just so sick of world government.
Well, Apple's got the carpool karaoke. That's their first big foray.
Oh, fuck you.
If you are pitching television shows right now in Hollywood and you can't sell a show, I seriously think you should consider a different line of work. Because there are 45 billion shows being made right
That's
now.
me.
Yeah, join the club.
Failing TV champion.
I don't even get in the room, but yeah, and I guess it's everybody else that I know. I don't even like think of it. Like, I know comedians, and they'll just casually mention about, I got a pitch thing tomorrow, and I'm like, oh, you too? I didn't know that you were even in that world. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a preponderance of how many hours of original content television get produced every year now?
I don't know.
A remarkable amount in comparison to just 10 years ago.
Like,
a remarkable amount.
If I watch TV for 3 hours a day, which I don't, but that's not like that's probably about an average amount. If I just watched one episode of every single new show that was coming out, could I watch one episode of every single show in a year?
I don't know.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, think about it. Netflix, Hulu, now Amazon.
Dude, PlayStation's making TV shows. YouTube has their own TV shows.
Crackle.
Yeah.
I mean, the list goes on and on. YouTube Red.
Yeah.
Obviously, the networks. Every other cable channel. I mean, I don't know.
I don't think I could.
I don't see this to be a bad thing. I see this as everybody's got more work. There's tons of people that get work, and there isn't like 5 people that have all the money. Everybody gets a little bit of money. Makes movie stars a little bit more rational, maybe.
It makes TV better,
maybe everyone doesn't think they're a fucking golden god, and they don't need to all fucking dress like the Pope on steps.
It makes TV better, too.
There's never been a better time. If you're into a niche kind of thing, there's stuff that serves you. And I love the fact that TV shows get canceled from a major network, and then just some little one picks them up. Because there's some shows that I'll just fucking follow to the grave. I know they're not as good as they used to be, but I like them.
Yep. Now you can.
Yeah.
Never been a better time than now to be alive.
Never been a better time ever than to sit on your fucking fat ass for the rest of your life.
It's true.
It really is the golden age.
There's honestly, it's never been harder to be bored. It used to be so easy to be bored when I was 16.
That's a good point.
You know, my wife was telling me, because she's having back surgery soon, and when she first broke her back, that she did, I think it was 18 days or something like that in hospital, and you know, she was a teenager, and she said that there was a light above her on the ceiling that she would look at and make like shapes in her head by looking at the light and making different shapes in there. And I'm like, you're a teen with a broken back, no phone, nobody came to see you. You're just sitting there looking at the fucking light, making shapes in your mind. That's what we did when we didn't have. Now imagine, you
suspended iPad with Netflix and every streaming.
Voice, Alexa.
And look, everybody knows it goes to that saying, there is a value to boredom, and there's a value to letting your brain wander. But that's a great point. I am never bored.
Yeah.
I am never, ever, ever bored. I'm so behind in the things I would like to do in my car.
Wow.
What?
Like podcasts or listen to some. I have a big list of music I want to check out that I never get through.
I didn't go to listening, so I was like, "What do you do in your car?" I was thinking,
I thought he had to clean a lot of.
Do you have
his
like
stuff
a grip
out.
trainer?
Yeah.
No,
Like the over the top thing that Stallone had in his fucking truck.
Gotta get some reps.
Slacking in my car. Yeah, and I have phone calls that I owe people that I never get to all of them because I do all the other stuff. And honestly, this morning I was thinking about I'm gonna have another child that's gonna speak Japanese. Japanese is never going away. I should be learning Japanese in my car. That is what I should. I should turn the lemon of sitting in LA traffic into the lemonade of learning a language. And frankly, I'm too busy.
Crazy.
Yep.
What are you gonna do?
Kevin,
Not be bored.
will be happy to learn that Parrish, Alabama, population 982. Does that town ring a bell?
Parish.
Yeah.
A little bit, but I'm not sure why.
They have finally cleared out the shit train.
Shit train!
Yes. That's why I've been losing sleep over it.
Yeah. You want to know how they cleaned it out?
With their mouths.
How'd they clean it out?
I don't know. It's really not clear to me exactly what happened. The mayor posted on Facebook, "Good news, everybody. The trains carrying human waste from New York City were finally emptied and cleared and should be removed soon." Which sounds to me like they took the shit out of the shit train and put it in a different train and then moved that train out of town.
They probably put it in trucks.
You can't move shit out of a shit train into another shit train.
Numerous shit trucks. I think numerous shit trucks came and took it off the shit train.
And then the trucks go to like dirt somewhere, right?
Yeah, landfill. Some.
I mean,
So I think the issue
doesn't
was
shit
that
just grow stuff?
if you just leave it in the relative warmth of spring on a train unattended for months, what happens?
No. If you put it in the ground.
No, yeah,
Oh.
that's what I meant.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, if you just throw all the shit on the ground, does it grow stuff from the ground right there?
There's probably a point where it becomes too much.
Too much shit, no?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, 6 feet deep of shit
Right.
is going to be too much.
If you mix it in with the dirt, then it would be perfect.
If you just raise the level, you just make the town go from like 30 feet above sea level to 35 because you just ground shit.
Just
in the ground.
inject shit into the earth.
Very, very fertile soil. Probably not a place that you want to live, and that's the case that the mayor was making. Is look, there's uninhabited places we could be dumping this shit. And I think what happened. So to refresh people's memory, or if you didn't hear it the first time around, there's a town where it was going, and I don't think that town refused to accept the shit. It was another town that refused to let the shit go through their town on the way.
Oh, fuck those guys.
Yeah. They didn't even want the shit train to pass, which now, I don't blame that town, because who knows, these fuckers will just drop it off in your town, there's nothing you can do about it. Shit train lives in your town until the mayor has to, go to, extreme lengths to get it out of there.
And this is New York shit on the shit train, right?
Yeah, the worst kind.
Hey, yo, it's my shit.
It's just the worst kind. The most civilized place on earth. That's the shit you don't want to have anything to do with.
New York said it would stop sending shipments for now.
Man.
That's
a lie.
How does the state of New York not consume New York City shit? Like,
Dude,
don't you think
think
it would
about
go
how much shit's in
upstate? Yeah, but I think it's kind of crazy that it goes interstate.
Because I think there's only so much landfill available in New York.
Yep.
And I think they do want to put it in a landfill that's really remote because it smells like shit.
Yeah, there's that.
Like Staten Island has got a bad enough reputation as it is without accepting all of the New York metropolitan area's feces on a daily basis.
Yeah, they can't.
No, I was thinking more like Ithaca or something, you know?
Send it upstate.
Yeah, it's a big state.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's weird that Alabamians would have to deal with New York shit.
I do know the answer to that because of low landfill fees and lax zoning laws.
Oh, there you go.
So, Alabama needs to get a little respect for itself.
Right. Man, it makes it all the way to Bama.
Right?
It's crazy.
Surely. I mean, it's just not right, you know?
I feel bad for the...
Yeah, I'm like, you made your shit, you live with it.
Right.
You know?
Right. That seems fair.
Too much shit? Well, then get the fuck out of there, then. You know, you obviously don't know how to handle yourselves. With your miniature fucking cubicle so you can get the maximum amount of shit in each building. I've seen your town. Everything's... You pretend you're Japanese. It's bullshit. Everything's miniature because you're cramming it. Which means it's extra... There's like... every building has way more poo per square inch than any other city.
Oh yeah,
because you just.
I mean, it's certainly in this country for sure.
Yeah.
For some reason, I think about that an awful lot when I'm in Las Vegas. I think because people like overindulge, because people eat so much and drink
but there's
so much.
plenty of places to put their shit.
I just think about
desert shit. Right?
I sometimes think when I'm in casinos, like how much feces is in this place right now.
Wow, that's a.
I think because
less than Rockefeller Center.
I think
you know?
Yeah.
One time I was in a seedy place downtown where they were clearly having like a septic issue. I went to the wrong bus station, and while I plotted my next move, I just hung out because it was really hot inside a casino, and you could really smell the shit. And I think that just sort of put that idea in my head.
Yeah, not so long ago, I went to Santa Monica with my wife, and I was like, "Oh, parking," and I to the parking, and he's like, "Just park all the way down here." And I got halfway down there, and there was some sort of sewage thing that had been broken, and they were fixing it. And I went to get out of the car, and Katie was just like, "I'm gonna vomit right here, right now. Get me out of here right now." Got her back in the car, and then the sewage shit was on my tires, and I could smell it at the next parking lot. I'm like, "Can I get my money back?" And he's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah, like, what do you have to do to the shit train, even when the shit's taken off, to make it not shit train? Like that poor engineer.
Well, I brought up the fire and acid, but it's something about it'll fuck up the ozone layer or something if you set fire to all the shit out.
Well,
yeah,
but
what cleansers?
The shit train. I don't think they clean it per se. Maybe
that's a lie.
But the shit train is just the shit train. You're just gonna.
Wait, it stays the shit train.
It has to. What you look at you? The next stop after running your tire through shit.
Yeah.
Your car stunk.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had a train full of tons and tons of shit. Yeah. You can't remove that shit and then expect it to be spring fresh.
Yeah, you're gonna repurpose it as a commuter train. It doesn't work that way.
Wait, is the shit train a double decker?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the size of shit train.
It says Epic on the side.
Yeah, storage containers by the Epic Corporation as an epic shit train.
And it's got a smell, right?
Smells like death, said locals, because time will do strange things to shit.
Right, but I meant like in your general, your average shit train that's heading to Bama from New York. What does that one smell like before it stops for a long time?
I think shit is what it smells
like. Thanks, Michael.
But
glad you.
But more so than anything else,
help me out with that one.
Like injecting dog shit in your nostrils.
Well, I don't think it's quite that bad. It's like if you. I'm guessing that this is pretty well, but not perfectly sealed.
Yeah, you can tell it's got a plastic wrap on the top. You can get the aroma out of it, no problem.
It's not as bad as if an open train-sized Tupperware went down full of shit, but it's also not hermetically sealed. So you know when the shit train's coming.
I'm thinking like Ozfest porta potty.
John, you've called 855 Ellis 41. They're trying to put a shit place in your town.
What they do is, if you ever seen a sewage treatment plant, there's those big giant round tanks and you get things spinning in there, and they pretty much will treat sewage, and it gets put back into the water system. And what these trains have on them is the excess stuff, which is called sewage sludge. And what the company is doing is buying the sludge, drying it out, and turning it into fertilizer pellets for farms.
Okay, so you're saying that essentially what they're doing is they're dehydrating it because they're going to treat that water and make it drinking water, which is in and of itself a whole thing, and then you're saying another company's going to take the dried out shit and make that fertilizer.
Well, it's not even the dried out shit. It's that this company buys it to dry it out.
Right.
Like whatever they can't actually treat, they take all that sludge out of those tanks, and they transport it somewhere else, and then they dry it out.
Right.
Turn it into fertilizer pellets.
Right, so they're buying it, and then they're selling it for a profit, and they're stinking out people's towns in the process.
Town, which is pretty disgusting. Like, this stuff should be in the middle of nowhere. But before they did this, they used to dump it right in the ocean.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Man.
Well, how bad is that?
It's got to be bad.
Well, it's.
Oh, shit in the ocean.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think any of us really. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it sounds really, really bad.
but I don't think any of us understands quite how big the ocean really is. Like, if you drop a deuce while you're in the ocean, that's not bad.
No, it's not.
If 10 people do it, that's not bad.
Yeah, but I don't think
because
it's not a douche. It's a fucking. It's the filter of the bad shit that they put in there. Like, it's not just shit. It's all the chemicals that they got.
Area where you can actually swim in lakes, and they will close down lakes because the bacteria level is so high from the geese shitting in the lake. So I can only imagine just.
Oh yeah, they did that in fucking Malibu.
Yeah, well, lakes are nasty.
No, but the ocean did that. Sometimes there's a bird sanctuary in Malibu that does something where you can't go in the water because they shit too much, and that's just like a sanctuary.
It's taco night.
Right.
Thanks, dude.
Look, I'm definitely agreeing. That if you just dumped 89,000 tons of shit in the Santa Monica
Michael
Pier, yes,
this guy's a shit plant operator.
Right.
Shit operator.
Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man.
So listen, I press shit for a living.
True.
And, if you pile it up, it will grow anything you want. Your body does not break down seeds, so if you just let it sit there, you'll have tomato plants and various plants growing.
Oh my god, I have, like, every single day I have flax and chia seeds.
Yeah, if you let a dumpster sit there long enough, it'll start growing plants.
Nice.
Wow.
Also, it's getting very hard to dispose of said sludge. So, like, they just shut down my landfill, so now I'm like, I have to find a new place to send it, so maybe I'll, be loading it onto a train car soon.
Oh wow! So now that the people are going to start just trying to send sludge around America.
Yes, yeah, pretty much. Like, money moved into town, and they're like, we don't want that landfill anymore. They shut down the landfill, and so that's like happening all over New York State. That's where I'm from.
Wow.
It's getting very pricey to deal with shit.
Huh.
See, well, I'm just gonna say, people.
Thanks,
we all shit on the government, and
you know what? Hang on, sorry,
I
Michael.
don't. Yes.
Todd, I'm just put you on hold. I want to send you a T-shirt, just for being a shit operator. Okay. Send him a T-shirt.
We all shit all over the government with very, very, very good reason. But until this moment, I've never really thought about what has become of my shit. I just know that it's nowhere near me.
Right.
And
goes away.
And yeah, I mean, they've been doing that job okay.
Yeah.
Man, a lot of people in shit on the phone. Lou, you haul shit pellets on trucks.
I have hauled it, yeah. I've hauled it right out of the water treatment plant, yeah.
How's that smell?
It didn't smell, man, unless it gets wet. It gets wet, it turns like into
shit.
Mud.
Or if you feed it after midnight.
That's a movie. I'd way rather watch that than the Gremlins. Yeah. Oh, okay. Right.
It's funky when it gets wet, man. Now I'm hauling Taylor Swift shit from Arizona to Philadelphia.
Red Dragons.
You gonna grab a couple pieces of Taylor Swift shit for Andrew?
Yeah, right.
Please, if you need it.
Yeah. All right, dude. Keep on chucking.
All right, man.
Wow. Shit plants. Build shit plants.
So embarrassing. I bet he wishes he could go back to just telling people he hauls shit.
Right, these shit pellets.
Frank, you build shit plants.
Yeah, I actually built one in Philadelphia. There's a few around the country, but I built one in Philadelphia, right outside the airport. And they accept the sludge. They turn into these pellets. Places like farms and golf courses actually buy these pellets up and use it for their fertilizer. It's pretty interesting. But the sludge itself, I was there when they started the process of the sludge. It's not that bad. You can't smell it if you're in the area. It's not that bad.
Well, if it's not that bad, how come all these people are angry about the shit train?
Because you hear shit coming to your house. No one wants to hear shit coming in their backyard. No one wants to hear that.
Well, but Frank, this wasn't shit sludge. This was shit, I believe. This was untreated shit. Just New York took a bunch of shits and they put it on a train and sent it to Alabama. And I'm sure all those things were going to happen, but I think this was still untreated shit, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it's pretty nasty.
Yeah, because the residents were not. It wasn't a theoretical objection they had. They're like, it smells in our house like shit. I can't go outside. It's everything reeks of human shit.
Frank builds shit plants, and he's appalled.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So Frank, what do people not know about what happens to their shit?
I only came in with the pellet stage, so I don't know the water treatment plant. I've never gotten involved with that. I just got involved with turning it into pellets, and it's pretty interesting take the slug, they bake it, and then they ground it up and they basically encapsulate it in these pellets and sell it and make a killing.
Well,
what's like a ton of shit pellets worth on the open market?
I have no idea. I don't know what they're selling it for.
Thank God. Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. I gotta go. I can't do shit pellet. Fucking money. Yeah, look, it seems like it's big money stuff, which means they should be able to spend a little more money not stinking out people's towns with shit.
Look, there's definitely some things like be it fracking or landfills where in theory you could make a deal with a town. You go into a town that doesn't have a whole lot going on and you could say, look, you're going to have a shit landfill here, but and we know you don't want that, but in return we're going to build you these amazing parks and blah 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 and all this shit, and you could go, yeah, cool, we will make that deal. If that's the way it happens, who could possibly object if that's what everybody in the town votes on and they want? Unfortunately, we all know that people get screwed over.
Yeah, that's right. Hello, Josh. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
We're good.
I was calling to see, y'all think it's the North or anything and fuck you the South? We won the war, now here's our shit.
Oh, you mean like red coats thing? Definitely. Yeah, it's definitely it's a red coat
Something
thing.
there. Something to that.
I say we fight again. Wait, are we what color are we?
Oh,
we
let's
blue?
fight the Great Shit War.
Yeah, but we're still red and blue though, right?
Yeah.
Am I blue?
But back then we didn't.
Are we blue?
Did
we lose?
Union.
British right now with the red coats.
Wait, no, because in America, blue and red fought each other. I watch it on TV.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Mel
sure
Gibson fucking was there, right?
The North was blue.
The North was blue and gray, right?
Yeah.
And the South was red and blue.
That's confusing as fuck.
But
I'm
it
just
was
killing
mainly-
everybody.
but mainly
What
red,
happens?
What
happens
a
to all
we?
the states like well, yeah. What about California? It didn't exist in the Civil War.
We were Indians, right?
Yeah, we were Mexicans.
You're still a Mexican.
Yeah, I can just play along.
Well done.
Thank you.
Did Mexico officially back anyone in the Civil War?
It's a good question because California, I don't believe, became California until like 1865, something like 18, maybe even later.
We're not even in it.
Well, the gold rush is 1849, so
Yeah, but I'm talking Southern California. Because I think.
Good point.
All right, dude. Thank you for starting a history lesson. Yeah, motherfucker.
You're the man. Hispanics in the American Civil War. Oh, look at those dudes.
What dudes?
Like on the far right there.
So weird mustache goatee time back then.
Seems more fought for the Confederacy than the Union, so might be part of the South, Mike.
Who's a part of the South? We are?
Mike might be.
Why can't I be? I want to go with him. I'm fucking a foreigner. I'm Hispanic. I'm more Hispanic than you are.
Do I have to
fucking
fight-
Nazi.
Do I have to fight for New Jersey?
Yes, you do. He's against us, right?
No, he's in the North.
Stop sending
He's
us
probably in the
your
North.
shit, bruh. Yeah, I'm down with you guys.
You guys want to run this back?
I'm dancing with wolves over here. I'm the white guy hanging out with the foreigner. We don't like him much, but
Yeah, I'm not. Now I'm starting to change my tune on the Great American Shit War.
What?
Oh, now that you sized up the enemy?
Yeah.
You can't
Now
handle
you don't talk
Jersey,
so tough?
Jersey? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think we'd fare pretty well if you just drew a new Mason-Dixon line that went all the way through to California. I think the South would be pretty good.
Well, let's really think about running back the Civil War.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so there's really like three things that I think you need to consider. One is just how many people are in the North as opposed to the South, and then two is how much money is in the North, and the money that you can continue to make.
Yep.
Because it's not enough if your company's based in New York, but depends on shit from the South. And then there's three, which is like, where's the real men at?
Well, we got Texas. We got Texas. Win. That's a win for us.
I feel like probably more military people come from
Way more
the
military
South
from the
than
South.
from the North. So
We got the Southern California agriculture. We can live off shit we farm.
Look, I think the average dude from the South is a really tough matchup for the average dude from the North.
And I'm betting more guns on our side.
Really? Oh, if everybody, yeah, like guns already at your disposal in your home, but you're going to get armed by your government. But like current aptitude for using the weapons, I'm saying
you get the built-in government.
They got
you already get the
Philadelphia.
White House support. We have to create our own new
They
government.
got Philadelphia and Chicago, though, right?
Yeah,
that's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I just pretty much.
We go to Oregon. The fuck?
Split it in.
We're fucking dead.
I'm
saying. Wait, are you in the north or the south, Jason?
I don't know what I'm doing.
You're just fucked if you have Oregon or if you don't have them.
I think you're fucked if you have Oregon. For
well,
sure.
then the north loses.
Oh, okay. Well, then.
Yeah,
I see where I am.
Bunch of pussies
Wait,
from
we got fucking Vegas.
Yeah, we got Vegas and New Mexico and Arizona where there's already like militias.
Okay, just draw a line where
we got Utah. That's not cool.
Draw the line right where it says United States in the map that we're looking at,
That's what I
right?
was doing.
So there may be, brother against brother if you live on the other side of Colorado. Deal with it.
Does it matter if Mexico is fighting for the South versus Canada fighting for the North? Does that
Absolutely, it matters. We win by numbers alone.
Wait, because
seriously?
Because we're Mexico?
Yeah, Canada.
Wait. Who wins a war straight up? Canada versus Mexico?
Mexico.
Canada destroys.
No, Mexico.
Canada destroys.
No.
Canada destroys Mexico.
Why?
Because they have a really well-regulated military.
They have like 5 people in it.
Mexico has a lot more people, but Canada's a much more well-run country.
Yeah, but you're talking about now. Look, if we're gonna go soldier on soldier, then it's just gonna fucking bomb each other. We're talking hand-to-hand combat like back in the day.
Guns,
right?
Yeah, blue coats, red coats.
And if
Mexicans
we go back to
would beat
that,
the fuck out of those BDI.
I agree with that completely. I'm talking modern warfare. Canada whoops Mexico.
No,
But if we go to
that's
war
cheating.
where you have to go back to Civil War, where it's a gun in each guy's hand and you just go after it,
Mexicans can shoot
way better than
crossbows
Mexico.
upside down on horses,
and there's just
Canadians can't do that.
Way more Mexicans.
But if Mexico went to Canada, then they would lose. Because Canada knows where all the secret holes are.
Yeah, it's like Nam.
And they pop out.
Well, it's like Russia. Everybody lost. You go to Russia to fight in the summer, and then they let you get far enough that you start getting greedy, and then the Russian winter comes, and you're fucked. You
die.
That's what happens. They did it over, and they did it to Napoleon. They did it over and over and over. And believe me, they will do it to Mexico.
You got to think though. Quebec's gonna betray everybody because they're French, and they're gonna infiltrate from the inside out. So that's our helping hand. We have an ally in there.
What foreign support?
We will help and cheat.
Goes where?
What?
Like what foreign support goes where?
Well, that's a whole other ball of wax.
We call foreigners to fly. They can fly over. They'll get here fast.
So you're basically saying who in the world likes the North more than the South, or vice versa? That's gonna be. I think that's gonna be bad for the South.
Probably.
Russia's helping the South, though, right?
Man, I'm confused.
I buy that because you're against the White House.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have Putin's
right. That's true. Everybody who hates America is. I'm sorry, South, but you understand what we're saying is fighting for the South because they're just trying to fuck shit up and.
You're the outlaws.
A house divided can't stand is what they're fighting for. Right.
You're the outlaws. You're the revolutionaries.
I think I'm gonna go move to Iceland or something. This is getting around. I don't think anyone's gonna win this.
Well, someone's gonna win.
It would be a better.
There will be blood.
It would be a better war.
Wait a minute. We'd have Brazil on our side.
You gotta again make clear to me which one is. Do you consider we? You're
the South.
You're the South. Okay. So I'm the only Yankee here.
Yeah. So
we're gonna take Africa.
We've got Colombia and Brazil. I'm gonna throw a goddamn anaconda at you. Because it's hand-to-hand combat. And there's no hand-to-hand combat soldiers in Canada. You guys are freezing. I mean, sure, on the border, but not like back there.
There's a lot of hunters.
Canada goes off to the edge of the earth, according to Eddie Bravo. So there's nobody down there. You get close to America, okay. It's an abundance of white people.
It's not well populated, Canada.
No, but especially when you go back to Alaska territory, fucking nobody's there. Greenland's your backup. You're fucked.
Yeah. What's Canada like 50 million, 40 million? It's
surprisingly small considering how huge it is.
I mean, Mexico's over 100, isn't it?
Mexico's very well populated.
Mexico
City is one of the most populated cities in the world.
That's right.
So Canada's at 36 million. Mexico is 125, right? Yeah, that's bad.
You get 125 million Mexicans on your side.
Yeah, I feel good about that. Yeah,
you do have to figure in the money thing though. Is Canada's going to be able to fund their army much better than
it's much better.
That's important.
And I think you'd just generally be able to fund your side better than ours to begin with.
Got a lot of calls. People want to chime in on this. So.
That does not surprise me.
James, you're calling from Canada.
Yes, gentlemen. You appreciate but I think we need to give Canada a little bit more credit when it comes to our military, whether it be now, which we definitely would destroy the shit out of Mexico, but if we recall back in the War of 18...
Oh, here it comes.
When the United States,
even though they outnumbered us, tried to invade in the Niagara region, and we held our own and defended ourselves so we didn't become part of the United States. So I think you definitely want to have the old red and white on your side rather than those Mexicans down there.
I'm more for Mexico than ever right now. This guy sucks so bad.
We stipulated though that this is not modern. This is not aircraft, drones, and bombs. This is hordes of men going to war out in the field.
I think the caller offered his opinion in that spirit.
Cooper! Yeah, man. Hey, what's up?
Not much. I'm all in for Mexico. I think they would just the sheer numbers alone would just
I'm with you.
outnumber Canada, and they would just dominate them.
You ever see a fist fight at Dodger Stadium?
Right.
Trust me. There's numbers. There's nothing you can do about it. Just waves of Mexicans come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Okay, but so where are we assuming that they're fighting?
Where would they be?
Neutral field?
I'm saying that we would gather them in California. They would all meet in California, and then we would form a line because there's so many of them
in Arizona,
right? And then we would just move up,
yeah,
until we got to the border of Canada, where by then we'd eaten the North. And then you beady-eyed motherfuckers, oh, you won't be coming here? Yes, we fucking will.
Oh, dude, if you can make it...
We're going to fucking tear you apart.
Mariachi music.
Just storms the fucking borders.
And they
Sluggo running for his life.
Women running next to every soldier, stuffing carne asada in their mouth.
While these guys take the field to the blaring sound of heaven by Bryan Adams.
All the Asian people in Canada pretend to be Mexicans. I know what's going on here. Total takeover.
A bunch of Chinese guys like, hey, what's up, home?
Oh, yeah, what's up, homie? Sluggo tanning the shit out of himself, dyeing his hair black. Gabriel, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What do you got for us?
I fucked up and...
Yep.
Call it a day, right?
Yeah, no, you win. He was for Mexico, just so you know. Drew, you're saying Canada would crush Mexico.
Yeah, Canada crushes Mexico. My wife's Mexican, and we therefore spent a lot of time in Mexico.
I thought he was going to say I crush her all the time. I was going to be like, you champion, but nah.
They have enough time handling their cartels and shit. Canada will dominate Mexico.
The cartel would be a part of it.
That is a point. Mexico's currently losing a war to themselves.
Yeah, but they would all be a part. The cartel would be there to fight.
That was my assumption, that all Mexicans are on board.
Yeah, like, it's just for, like, when you say, like, you can all live together, but you be, like, in poverty, sure, they'll do that. But if you're like, no, we're eradicating you from existence.
Yeah.
You can't do that to Mexicans. They will all unite, and that will be the end of it.
So they'd stop murdering the police and start murdering with the police?
Yeah. Because they say, Senor, you must understand, it is now your job to kill Americans and Canadians.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
And then you got the Kanukis with their fucking moose helmet. You know what I mean? How are they gonna? They're not prepared for this. I mean, you can't fight Mexicans on horseback. They'll kill horses.
Yeah, they'll eat that horse.
They'll eat that horse
That
while
horse
it's
is
still
gonna be
alive.
a taco truck by the end of the night.
Before the head has given up,
Yeah.
the legs are
They're
in the
eating its
taco
ass.
truck. That's right. Go ahead, Troy.
Hey, man. Canada, birthplace of hockey and lacrosse. Come on, bro.
Lacrosse, you just fucking killed yourself.
Is there anybody who's going to call in and defend Canada who's not in Canada?
Yeah, right. Yeah, is there anybody that's not... Betsy, don't take any Canadian calls. Is there any Americans that think Canada would win?
Yeah, don't let them trick you. They're shifty.
Yeah. You'll catch it.
There is a Canadian that wants to vote for Mexico.
Oh, I'm from Texas.
So,
Well,
that might give us an honest assessment.
Go ahead, Adam.
I think Mexico would win because our government's just too much of a joke, and they would give all of us Canadians over to Mexico to come back over here to fight.
I like what you did there. It's true.
Another factor is, Canadians are really nice.
Yeah.
A lot of really nice people.
Yeah, I'm not saying they wouldn't put up a fight. It's just when would they start fighting?
I think they're exactly the. I mean, for the most part, okay. There's definitely that 1% element of Mexicans that are clearly ready to throw down, but Mexicans are really, really, really nice too.
Super nice.
And Canadians are like country strong, can kick your ass if it comes to that.
Oh fuck yeah.
So I don't know. Other than like the cartel guys in Mexico,
I'm saying double the numbers though. That's huge. Yeah. Double the numbers and double the numbers of a population of people that have a history of making for great warriors.
Yeah.
Well, quadruple the numbers.
Well, oh, sorry, you got quadruple. Okay.
But then the money thing comes in.
The money thing, it's huge.
If it goes on for more than a couple of weeks, can Mexico feed this army?
Yeah, after Carlos Slim is tapped out.
Right.
Really, what do you...
Right.
I've run out of money! The fuck!
Yeah, that's going to be trouble when that happens. But they can make food easy. They'll eat people.
Oh, we'll be fat.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying to fight.
Fat.
Tortillas do travel.
Callum.
Hello.
Hey, man.
Hey, I think Mexico would win.
And you're from Canada.
Well, I'm a Canadian citizen, yeah.
Right. You got out of there because you knew it was dangerous.
I think that Mexico would win because Canadians would be too busy running around apologizing for punching people.
There's that too. Thanks, man. I just say, yeah, because I feel like if it, sure, Canada got news that the North had been taken over by the South and the Mexicans were fast approaching, but maybe they've come to like make a peace offering, or maybe Canada probably say when they get to the border, they're just gonna. That's all they want. They don't want Canada.
Yeah.
We're probably fine, and the Mexican South would say, "Oh, it's for sure that is what we want. It's not bad at all. You trust us." And then boom!
That's right.
Dead Canadians.
Mexicans also very shifty, like Canadians.
Super shifty.
Never trust a Mexican when he's talking to Canadians. Remember that.
I think you kind of have a point. I don't see what Mexico would want with Canada. Just really does not seem like they're seeing.
Yeah, because they can convince you, right?
I mean, it's just like you can have all the America you want. Why would you want Canada too? If you're Mexico, Jesus Christ, go take Guatemala if you need the.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Just freezing their ass off.
Yeah. Even if they won, they'd immediately they'd go back on their word and just be like, "No, you have it back, man."
You think you're gonna find Tapatio up there?
Maybe. Maybe you have to make your own.
Dave might have it just to pretend he's American or something.
Everyone piling into Dave the Voice's house just to get the last bit of hot sauce.
The world traveler that he is. Jeremiah, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
What's up?
I was gonna say Mexico will smoke us Canadians. Our only saving grace might be when the snow flies. We might be able to fight it out and outlast them in the cold.
Yeah. I agree to that.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you guys fight in the spring, this is bad.
Yeah, no, it's over. Well, no one's there. No one's there to face off. They didn't make it up that far.
No, it dips below 70 degrees at a Cruz Azul game, and everybody flees. For
the I just realized New York might be safe if it's in the wintertime. I mean, how much of a fight do you want to put up in the wintertime?
Damn, it's fucking cold, man.
Right? Fuck that. You have it, huh?
Just burn down the bridges. Are they going to swim through the freezing Hudson just to take Manhattan?
I thought you were going to say guns. Oh, man. Brendan.
Hey, I'm voting Canada. I mean, just because Mexico has numbers on their side doesn't necessarily mean they're a better trained military.
They're not. Not even close.
I mean, you can give somebody a rifle, but if they can't shoot it, then they're not going to be very useful.
But if you have the cartel train
Yeah.
all the Mexicans,
Yeah.
that's a deadly force.
Yeah, and we're not, everyone, they're not all snipers in Canada. Like, there's going to be hand-to-hand combat here, and it's just too many numbers.
Yeah, okay, let's figure it out. How many people are in the Mexican military, and how many people are currently in the Canadian military?
And then add all the rest.
Add all the Mexican gang members.
Yeah, and then all the Canadian gang members.
Yeah. Right, so they get swollen members.
Oh, the Canadian Army has 259,000 members. Oh, I was about to say.
What do we think Canada's going to be? It's going to be under 100,000?
That's a huge population.
79,000.
79,000, yeah.
Plus 32,000 reserves.
Canada, no, there's no argument.
That just
Canada
means slugger.
has a fantastic military service. A fantastic military.
But a very lackluster gang scene.
But exactly, like when it comes to just
the average Joe being able to do dirt, I'm gonna put my money on Mexico.
But if it goes hand to hand, then I'm back to Canada.
Yeah, there's a lot of tough son of a bitches up north of the border, but there's a lot of rifles south of the border.
Look, if it happens in Kansas, Nevada, there's no way that Canada can hold that wall. It's coming over. We're pouring over the top of it.
You think that's the break? Like once we get to Wyoming, that's the breaking point.
But are Mexicans making it over the Rocky Mountains?
No, we don't want it. We stop there.
Dude, Mexico City has the highest elevation of anything.
Oh yeah,
that's a really weird way to be racist against Mexicans.
Yeah, nice try, Hitler.
I just wouldn't want to go over the snowy Rocky Mountains.
No, but you got to remember that there's huge elevation in Mexico. There's a lot of people that are probably really prepared to.
Yeah, they thrive in that.
Yeah.
Cain Velasquez will go right over that with a backpack on.
Actually, he did not do very well in high altitude, as I recall.
He only had like a week notice.
They're actually moving too easily at sea level. They're like, it's a tremendous leaping ability.
The average high altitude Mexican can jump up to 30 feet high
on sea level.
On sea level. They can literally run across the ocean at sea level. You don't want to see a couple of 100,000 Mexicans sprinting across the ocean at you. That's not
like,
a good day.
It's like zero gravity to them.
They're just matrixing the fuck out of everybody. 20 kicks before they hit the ground.
Yeah, it's fucked up, Andrew.
Yeah.
Do you think Mexicans can get over the Rocky Mountains?
No, do your Obama.
A lot of calls. Not sure why, but a lot of people have a...
Pretty sure why.
Corey, what's your theory here?
Hey, man, how's it going?
We're good.
Good, good. Well, I was kind of thinking, I don't know, I'm up here in Canada. I mean, but there's lots of natives up here, and the natives pretty much look like Mexicans. So, I mean, what if Canada and Mexico kind of team up, and then we get together and we come down and we kind of just take over?
Right.
Called, like,
yeah, no, that's pretty funny. But I just realized he just put up that yes, they have their natives. Guess who they're going to team up with?
Well, yeah, he said
Mexico.
He said our natives pretty much look like Mexicans. Guess what?
They are Mexicans.
Are Mexicans.
Yes, you fucking racist Canadian.
Yeah, they've just been waiting, chomping at the bit to kill pale faces for about 500 years.
Yeah, like they're going to come from way back in the cold over the top, be like, hey, homie, I'm the freezing Mexican, and it's on.
Yeah, they're going to be that scene in every single old school war movie where the good guys are about to
double cross,
and then somebody comes marauding over the distant hill.
Just like Game of Thrones, man.
And then they just come over the hill. Over.
Exactly.
Well, there it is. I don't know why everyone's calling anymore. It's over. Mexico has won again.
Won
as they always do.
Yep. I mean, it would be similar to a soccer game.
I am fucking so sick of Mexico just
winning all the time.
Everything, man.
Ask a Mexican what they're sick of, and they'll tell you it's winning.
Yeah, and their uppity superiority complex.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus Christ. Look, I know you're better than me.
Yeah,
I get to rub my nose in it, Mexico.
It's like Reagan-era America, just constantly rubbing it in everybody's faces.
All right, I'll do it. Hello. Seth, what? Seth!
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Hey, yeah, I was going to say Canada. They just hold out against the Mexican till the cold come, and they beat Stalingrad.
Yeah, you missed that. You missed the bit about the Eskimos, didn't you?
I must have.
Yep.
Yeah, the Eskimos will also be a humongous X factor.
Yeah, watch out for those guys, because I'm pretty sure they're cool with cold.
I saw a headline that said Spotify has removed R. Kelly's music.
Wait, you're going to say it's not true? Because I was super pumped on that.
No, it's not really true.
Oh, son of a bitch. I would have thought that would be cool.
They have removed, R. Kelly's music from all of their curated playlists.
It's still cool.
So they're not, like, officially recommending you listen to him, but you can still listen to him.
Take it.
And then I see that they're going to do that to anybody who's an artist that might be a little bit rapey and murdery. That Spotify will stop suggesting that you should listen to Rapey Murder Guy. or a girl. If that happened.
I support that.
Me too.
It just becomes...
Makes it easier for you to deny the hot and fresh, you know?
It becomes tougher when... Now, I am pretty sure that R. Kelly is a bad man.
Yeah.
What
if they do it to a person who just got spracked? Somebody just made up some shit.
How many allegations? What kind of allegations?
Well,
how far do you have to go to get the Spotify embargo?
Convicted.
Well, R. Kelly has never been convicted of anything.
Hasn't he?
What about Chris Brown?
He said it was his brother. Remember?
I thought he said it was virtual reality.
He peed on the girl's head.
Yeah, he said it was somebody else's head and body, didn't he?
Virtual piss.
I don't know that he needed to. I think he just needed to plant the reasonable doubt and say, give alternate things that were also possible. Like he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to say what it is. He just needs to say why it's not necessarily him.
Oh, well, yeah.
What about like a Chris Brown?
He's okay, even though. Wait, was he convicted?
No, Rihanna didn't press charges. I don't think
that was good of her. Just send a message.
But look, the police report was taken, and
Yeah,
he smashed her head into a dashboard. I mean, that
He
happened.
bit her forehead.
He did plead guilty to felony assault of Rihanna.
Oh.
Sentenced to 5 years of probation, 6 months of community service, and that's where he continually failed the probation.
And now there's a novelty pop song that's like the biggest song in the world about and featuring him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we listened to it on the show like last week. You know,
Lil
I
Dicky.
woke up in Chris.
Oh, okay.
Brown's
Yeah.
spot.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, Lil Dicky. Yeah.
I heard
super
Howard Stern
disappointing.
discovered those people this morning. It's pretty funny.
Like the new wave rappers. Yeah.
No, the JD guys showed Howard like those little white girls that pretend they're black, and him like
It's really strange.
him. You know, what I mean, it's just funny listening to a man that hadn't caught it yet catch the whole like these people. It's interesting to me to hear a human mind that has a lot of intelligence understand. You know, he's weird because he likes America's Got Talent and shit. So you know, he's always going to have a weird angle. Like, oh, I actually kind of like her in a weird, roundabout way. But just to see, you know, his opinion of if you have to tell people that you're black because you're on or you went on a website, wouldn't that just sort of
pretty much let you know that you're not black?
That you're not black? Yeah. No, it's funny to just hear him listen to that chick for the first time, and be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, like no one has to tell Robin she's black.
He said that. I think he brought that exact thing up. No one has ever questioned whether Robin is black or not. She's never had to brag about it or threaten it. And then the bit that I did not know was all these people that I'd seen on Instagram. I did not know that they had an album or a song, and then I heard as much as I would like to hear, thanks to the Howard Stern show, of their particular artistry, and that is, I mean,
you're talking about like Whoa Vicky and
yes, and then there's like a 9-year-old that
Lil
brags
Tay.
about her shit. Yeah,
Lil
everybody.
Tay is really like that. She's concerning.
I know, but. Well, because what do you mean she's they're all concerning, man. Because there's parents that are holding the camera.
A 16, 18-year-old girl, 14-year-old girl that thinks she pretends to be black. There's nothing new or exciting about that. Go to any mall in America, you'll find that. Lil Tay's a 9-year-old literally throwing around thousands of dollars, driving hundreds of thousands of dollars cars.
That's because her dad's like a famous hip hop guy who thinks it's funny for her to do that weird stuff.
Yeah,
it's
not funny.
See, I don't know. I'm less worried about her because she seems like her parents are at least gonna give her money when she's older and can't get a job for being a prick. The other ones seem like they got like that because their parents weren't around at all. You know, like these ones.
Right.
I don't even actually believe Little Tay or whatever. I feel like her parents are disgusting still, but it's of course it is. But the other one, like I don't think she has any parental supervision, and now people are sponsoring her. So
I didn't know.
I mean, I don't see like that's going that well.
I didn't know Danielle Bregoli was so successful musically. Like she really does well.
But she can do well because she is a part of the tattooed face thing. She's friends with them.
Yeah.
She was on one of the morning shows talking shit on these guys, and these guys are talking shit on her. Like they all grew up, they all came into the game together, which tells you the level of talent that you're in the hip hop game. Because they did. They are all the same, full of shit.
For the rest of my life, I can never discount anybody
Like, it used to just be that somebody would get some dumb viral thing or whatever, and they're like, yeah, I'm just, really hoping I can capitalize this and make people aware of my music. And it was just, like, sort of part of the joke of being the flavor of the day, 15 minutes guy who was never going to go anywhere. Now Daniel Bergoli's got 13 million Instagram followers. Anybody who wants to parlay anything into superstardom, who am I to laugh?
I believe she's nominated for a Billboard Music Award for female fat rapper.
Takes away old Taint Stick's glory right there. I'm really hurt. Yeah, look, it's a little gimmick. Just if you got kids, or if you don't have them, put a rubber on, because it's a very big responsibility. They can go absolutely bonkers. Enjoy the rest of your day, though. Thank you, Mike Catherwood.
Thank you, guys.
Don't die.
That was fun.
Tell that to Canada.